Don't Puck with Media and Talking Habs Media's Trade Center for the NHL 2025. Trade deadline starts now. Hey everybody, welcome to our Trade Center for the trade deadline. And this is a collaboration between Talking Habs Media and Don't Puck with Media. And we're here. I'm the only one from Talking Habs Media. I'm outnumbered by the Don't Puck with Media boys. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk about all the trades that have happened. There's a few we were on earlier and left at noon, and then a bunch of trades happened since then. So we're going to talk about that. And with me for the ride, and one guy just disappeared, but over that side, over there, that's Eric from the Flyer Gonna Flyer Up podcast. Below him is his boss, I guess, on Flyer, Alex.
No, co-host. I don't consider myself a boss.
Okay. That's what I hear from everybody else too, but that's beside the point. And the guy that just disappeared that's going to come back is Goosey, also known as Cam, and from the Hybrew Nation podcast. And those podcasts are over on Don't Puck with Media, so check them out. And no mic yet, Cam.
What's going on, fellas?
Oh, there you go.
Now he's fixed.
All right, so so we got a whole bunch of trades that just happened. There was a signing as well, Jonathan.
Yeah,
which I don't know if we mentioned that in the earlier.
That Lawton trade.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of trades. So
that Lawton trade potential to be a fleece. I actually made a compromise with Rick.
Potential, fleece.
Potential.
Very good deal. The Flyers won. Potential to be a fleece.
I'm going to leave it at that. It was a good deal. You got a first round pick with trade protections. You also had to give up a fourth and a sixth, and you also had to retain salary. To call that a fleece is absolutely insane to me.
That has the potential to be a fleece.
It's not a fleece.
Fourth and a
right
sixth
now
means pretty much nothing. Number one, $1.5 million of retention for one more year, and in a year the cap is going up significantly.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It does matter. I'm sorry. No, it doesn't matter in that regard because you also had to give up something.
They gave up pennies on the dollar.
Fleece is you absolutely getting robbed. That's still not a fleece, in my opinion. You still give up a fourth round pick.
If the kid they got turns into a middle six player, it's a fleece. He's
not going to be a middle six player.
If he does, he's already considered a top 5 prospect in the pool by a few Flyers beats. That should tell you all you need to know.
You already said that you were going to get a first round pick for Scott Lawton, so therefore, I don't consider that a fleece, and they did. But you also had to retain. So if you get the first round pick for Scott Lawton, which you were already going to get, you had to now retain 50%
for a year, $1.5 million.
It doesn't matter. You still had to give up other things to get the guy. He was never gonna see NHL ice in Toronto, by the way, because of the talent that they have. Oh, he
did play 7 games already this season, though.
Yeah, exactly. Wrong.
He wasn't going to be a constant NHL player. Sorry.
You don't know that. The guy has 31 points in 58 games in the AHL. How does that mean he's not going to be a constant NHLer? That's good progression. And this is his first year in North America. That's not bad.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited about this player.
It's a top 5 prospect in the Flyers pool right now. He's a middle 6 guy. I like the acquisition. They got a 2027 first. Yes, it has trade protection, but it's top 10. We know Toronto's not going to be a bottom 10 team. So realistically, you're looking at a pick that has the potential to be in the high teens. And you could always trade it into the 2026 draft. Pretty much reverse of what Edmonton did with Florida last year. Okay, so here's some of the trades that happened when we were gone, too. Had 4 of them, it looks like. But you got any volume problems here?
Oh, yeah, Rick, are you muted?
Yeah, Rick, you're muted.
Oh, yeah, I
thought it was me for a second.
Okay, I'll put that up there so everyone can see the deals. So when we were on, right up to this Ottawa trade there, we had all that. We can go over that again, but let's talk about Mikko Rantanen. It says here to be determined is the return. Does anybody know what the return is?
Yeah,
The
so it
return
sounds
is
like
the return, according to Frank Saravelli, is Logan Stankoven, a 2026 first, a 2027 first, plus some other small pieces.
so not 100% official yet. It could have been worse for Carolina. I still think it was pretty crappy asset management because I think Rantanen has a higher ceiling than Stankoven for sure.
Oh, yeah.
So Rantanen's, when he's on his game, a top 15 player in the league.
Ron has a higher ceiling. Ron is already 28 years old.
But what I'm saying is the best of Rantanen I think is better than the best of Stankoven significantly.
Oh, there's no question about that. But I would be careful in using the term ceiling.
I could have used better terminology, but you know what I meant.
But
I mean, yeah,
Stankoven is
that's
a rookie.
Oh, yeah, but
technically.
Stankoven doesn't have a high-end offensive upside. He's a two-way guy. So
I
I
mean,
did
that
have,
bodes well
yeah.
for Carolina looking for another two-way forward. But
they could have did worse. I will say that, but at the same time, I think the whole thing as a whole, just going back to the original trade that they made with Colorado, was just really crappy asset management, not having Rantanen locked up originally making the trade.
They lost Marty Necas, Jack Drury, a 2025 second round, a 2025 fourth round, but they acquired Logan Stankoven, Taylor Hall, a 2026 first, a 2027 first. It's not as bad. It's not as bad as you think.
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I still think because Marty Necas, if you look at it too, was having a career year, and he continues to be over a point per game producer in Colorado right now.
Yeah, but you have Logan Stankoven, who is still only 21, 22 years old, and he can still grow and develop.
So we'll see.
And you have Taylor Hall, who I believe is in contract talks with them right
I
now.
thought he already
he's
got
older.
extended.
I have with this is that like Carolina's in win now mode.
Yeah, true.
And a guy like Stankoven is more like a player for the future. Like, look, he had a great year last year for Dallas, especially in the playoffs. He struggled a little bit this year, so hopefully he could refine his game in Carolina going forward. But I don't think Carolina's done. I think they're going to take at least one of these first and flip it for another player.
Yeah, but I mean, they cleared up what? Well, they only cleared $4 million on his cap hit. You know that, right? So like, it wasn't like they were making, or Rantanen was a big needle moving piece. So they cleared up a little bit of cap space, sure, but maybe they might flip him. I would agree with you on that, Eric, that they'll probably try and get a little bit deeper somewhere else. But in terms of what they I would actually say in overall, I'm gonna say Carolina actually won the overall trade. If you think about it, getting 2 first-round picks,
plus Stankoven,
plus Stankoven and Taylor Hall, and all you gave up was Necas, Drury, a second round and a fourth round, and you flip that into a stud, probably top 6 forward, another top 6 middle 6 forward, and then 2 first rounders. That's really good.
But they're not. It doesn't maximize their value right now, or window right now is the big issue. So, I mean, it might help in the future, but right now, as you mentioned, Carolina's in win now. And by the time Stankoven hits his prime, a lot of these guys who are good right now will either be out of their prime or out of here in general. So,
okay, but it's the kind of trade that kind of can keep them being a good team longer.
Yeah. Well, because look, like guys like Seth Jarvis are still very young, and I know he's not living up to it, but Kotkaniemi too, very young player, and I know they got like a couple other guys like the Russian defenseman that's coming. He's pretty young too. Carolina's just built to compete for like the next God knows how many years. They're just gonna be like that.
And this helps, but I previously
said, like they could take that 26 or 27 first round pick and like flip it for Brock Besser, and then maybe they'll just be better off like this way instead of like with a guy like Rantanen who just wasn't fitting in right at the moment. So who knows, man? We'll see.
You're not getting Besser for just a first round.
No, but if they could package like a first and like maybe a B prospect like they have like in the system or something. But like if now you're like, let's say you flipped, but let's say they do end up getting Rantanen, Besser, So basically, you just flipped Rantanen for Stankoven and Besser. Maybe you make your team deeper and a lot better.
Hey, I do want to say, just remember at the beginning of the year who picked the Dallas Stars to win the Cup. That was my pick last year. That's my pick again this year, and I'm sticking with it. This is Dallas's year.
Yeah, I don't know who. I can't remember now who I originally picked.
I thought you picked.
I know I had the Rangers.
Colorado.
It might be, but I know I had the Rangers. Oh, I'll say this because I said it in the first one. I saw something where somebody got AI to try to to predict who's going to win the Cup for the next few years. Colorado, they picked for this year. So AI says Colorado wins the Cup this year. They have the Habs winning in 2027.
It's a hard one, man.
And then AI broke.
All right. So let me update this, see if there's anything else. Although you guys seem faster on getting this stuff than me.
Yeah, nothing right now. I've been looking on Twitter. Interesting tidbit about Grebenkin, who they just got a lot in trade. He's good friends with Matvei Michkov.
Yeah, and that's why it makes sense, right? It kind of makes sense why they flipped Kuzmenko, because they had this, and they knew that this guy could be good for Michkov, so they didn't need Kuzmenko anymore.
Yeah. It definitely makes more sense to the big picture for sure. Honestly, so far today, I'm giving Danny an A. I think he's done great with what he had. So we'll see what the rest of the day entails. Maybe they got one more trade in them. We got an hour and 19 minutes still to go. So
I was going for an F, but okay.
Oh, we got a extension to announce. Jonathan.
What?
Actually, you want to announce it? I don't want to box
I don't know it.
Look at the top.
Alex, if you have it, just say it, dude. Like, what are we doing? Like, just.
I don't want to botch the name.
Okay, then.
Jonathan Kovacevic. I already announced it.
Thank you.
Didn't I?
Jesus. If
you
botch
the
name,
because I didn't want to botch the name.
Former Habs
dude,
and New Jersey defenseman now, Jonathan Kovacevic, was re-signed 5 years at $4 million AAV. So that's a good contract for him. And I got to say, he's a good defenseman that I wish was still here in Montreal, and he deserves. He'll live up to that $4 million.
I will say this: who are you guys' biggest winners and losers of the deadline so far? I'm going to give you a big loser, and that's Buffalo. The more I've looked into this Norris for Cousins trade, the more I don't like it for Buffalo. Before we went off air, I told it was kind of a risk. I completely forgot how much of an injury history Josh Norris already has. And he's getting paid a lot more than I thought he was too. This guy's making practically $8 million a year. And he's got riddled with injuries at age 25 already.
Yeah, it's bad.
I don't like that for Buffalo. You're looking at a potential, another version of Sean Couturier in Buffalo, except at an even younger age.
Yeah, I mean, Buffalo just keeps shooting themselves in the foot.
And then, I don't mind the term a Zucker, but seeing how much guys are going for in the seller's market, I feel like it would have been better for them to sell him, too, looking at it. I don't understand that for sure. I'm just trying to think of that moves in a vacuum. And then they moved Cousins. I feel like they could have got a better haul than an injured Josh Norris for Cousins, even if Cousins is underachieving. I know Norris has been relatively healthy this year, but still he's got a bit of an injury history for sure.
No, look, I think it's a risk on both sides, man.
Oh, I agree.
I think
the risk is bigger in Buffalo's end just because of the durability issues.
Because, look, at the end of the day, Norris has shown when he's healthy, he puts up points.
Oh, for sure.
But the thing is with Dylan Cousins, he's had one good season, and now it's followed by, 2 really bad seasons. So
a little bit of an add-on in the Carolina trade. They're also getting a 3rd-round pick in both 2026 and 2027 as well. So I had 2 more picks for Carolina coming back.
Keeps on getting better for Carolina.
And they're thirds, so that's not too
so
bad.
They got 2 firsts, 2 thirds, and Stankoven. I actually, you know what? I'm starting to think they did make out pretty well in this. Again, doesn't help their win now window, but it does stretch it out, and they got some pieces to work with if they want to make future trades too. So it could have been worse.
Yeah, I got to say, they did as good as you could have expected them to do in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said also before, if they take now these a couple of these picks and flip them for somebody else to make a run this year, we'll see.
Yeah, true, right? That now they've got some not draft capital, but trade capital that they didn't have earlier. Maybe they can make another move and bring in somebody that'll help to offset that.
I got to give you a team that I think is a winner today, and it sickens me to say it, but I think Kyle Dubas has had a good day. For what he has traded, he has gotten back some good assets.
Okay, Alex is now leaving.
Listen, Rick, you have to admit, you traded an expiring Luke Shen. You got a second and a fourth.
I know. I don't want to admit, though. Why do I have to admit?
Bavolier for another second round. They did pretty good today.
Yeah.
I don't have to admit nothing. Is there a gun to my head to admit it? No. So
I don't want to because I hate the Pens and I want to see them suck. We both have people that we don't like. I hate the whole organization. You hate the GM. But yeah. I got to give them their flowers. They had a decent day today.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean,
give them their flowers, he says.
Not flowers, but fine. I'll give them a dandelion.
Why'd you say? Yeah, that's not the saying. Got to give them their props.
I'll give them a dandelion, maybe two.
Okay. Any other? Now, since Cam is here, he wasn't here earlier, and Alex, you weren't here earlier for the whole show. Are there any other trades that happened you guys would like to comment on?
Earlier,
While
we brought up the Cousins trade.
While we wait for more trades to happen.
I like the Tanev trade for the Jets. I think he's a good, at this stage, third line guy. He's not what he used to be, obviously. They gave up a late second because we know the Jets are going to be picking late in the second round. But Tanev brings some good leadership into that locker room. I think that was a decent deal for him. I like that for the Jets.
Cam, what do you think about the trade Boston made, Brazo?
I mean, we got Lauco back. Awesome.
You got a name.
I don't know. We got a name. I mean, but it's the prospect that kind of really caught my eye and my attention. So I mean, he has the potential to be a middle sixer. So
how do you pronounce that name? Do you know?
Don't ask me.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you.
Don't do it.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I want to ask you a question.
Wait, I'm gonna pronounce it. Kuznetsov.
Time out.
Yep.
Time out. The guy you got back in 57 games has a total of 7 points, and he's got middle six potential. But the guy we got back has 31 points in 58 games and doesn't.
Yeah, because those 7 points, they were big ones, man.
Oh, yeah. Home run, 7 points in the AHL.
I don't know. No, he's 22. No,
I just called out.
There's potential for it, dude. That's all I'm saying.
I think you got a potential bottom sixer there. It could have been worse.
I mean, that's fine. I'll take that too. Like what?
That's not a bad trade.
Out of an expiring contract? Yeah, please, dude. I'm
not shitting on it. I'm not saying you guys did bad. I think that's just a whatever trade. I mean, it's not bad. It's not good. It's just there.
Hey, here's one I'm curious about. So the Florida Panthers make a trade for Vanacek, goalie. Then they make a trade and send Drager for Capo Kakinen. That guy going to the AHL? This is not an NHL trade. I was just curious what you think. Okay.
It's just like a swap of random goalies.
He's like, good talk. Glad we had it.
What?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, the only thing I heard was, I don't know, Cochrana's a Finn, so like he just goes and meets up with more Finns. I don't know, like just like rando goalie for rando goalie. Just
I guess. I kind of think, yeah. Anyway, I was curious about that. What you guys think? I'm just trying to go over the trades that have happened that we can talk about. No, that goes too far back. Nothing there that we haven't covered. All right. Well, we got time to fill. You're leaving it to me?
No, I don't know, man.
So what are you looking for? Okay, for Bruins.
No.
What are you hoping for the rest of, what are you hoping happens? What do you think is going to happen with Marchand?
I don't know. That's the thing. So what would really suck is if Marchand goes, but he's likely him and Coyle are probably going to get you the biggest returns right now, and Geeky. But I think that you either move Geeky or Coyle. You can't move both of them. You need to have Coyle's serviceable as a second line center right now, or as a second line right wing, or you put Morgan Geeky as your right wing. So you can't trade both of them the way I see it. Morgan Geeky's an RFA, and the way I see it, Coyle still makes $5.25 million. So you need to clear some cap space, especially if you want to try and go for some people. Pavel Zacha is a name that I've been hearing throwing around, but who are you going to put in place of him? Georgi Merkulov. There's potential there that you could do that temporarily, but also Pasta and Zacha, get along very well together. So it's very complicated. So Marchand makes a lot of sense to be able to be moved.
I read
Would not
before
make me
that
happy.
apparently the Bruins really want to move him by the end of the day.
Who? Can you
Marchand.
specify?
Marchand.
I got an hour and 9 minutes to make it work.
I don't know if that's true, because they've mentioned several times that they're working on deals, but over the last I don't know, 7 months, I guess, or 6 months, there hasn't been much headway. So that could have changed. I don't know where the mentality is at. I know Sweeney spoke about, trying to keep him and retain him. I mean, he is the captain, but who knows? But I wonder too if they do move him, does that bring up Keefe and what he said with regards to the locker room, when was Marchand part of the problem?
Well, yeah, I mean that could be.
Could that actually add to that? And it's speculation, but yeah, I don't know. Marchand could get you the Giroux package. Anyone saying otherwise is just stupid. So that's what I would expect. Alex, don't look at me like that, dude.
I guess I'm stupid.
No, I'm giving you that look because that stupid comment I think was a little jab to me.
Yeah.
No, well, okay, but then to me too, because I think I don't think you get a Giroux I don't know. Marchand
At the same age, when Giroux was traded, his career. When Giroux was traded, he was 34 years old. He had a career points per game average of 0.9, which is what Marchand currently has. Marchand, at the same age as Giroux, currently is outpacing him in terms of points per game on a shittier team. Okay. You can get a Giroux package for it.
Okay. No, that's fair. I didn't know the number.
No, I think you can get I said a first and a good prospect originally.
Yeah.
Which is
more than that.
Which is the Giroux package.
Yeah, that is. That's exactly what the Giroux package was. The only difference is he had a third, too. And we threw in Connor Bunnaman, who was just there to be a name.
Yeah,
we got rid of a couple contracts. Didn't we give them Rubtsov also, I think, if I'm not mistaken?
Did we give
Rubtsov? Think about it.
Yeah, I think Rubtsov was in that package also.
We got a trade to announce.
Go ahead.
Kunin going to Columbus from San Jose.
It's pronounced Kunin.
This is why I don't say names.
No, I think it's Luke Kunin.
No, it's Kunin, because we played them recently, and every time we played,
I'm pretty sure it's Kunin. I don't think
every
I've ever heard
time we play with this guy on, and they mention his name, I think of the C word. It's very similar. Kunin.
You're gonna get us canceled.
Kunin. Add a T in there, and what does it sound like?
No, Rick.
Simmer down. I think of it all the time.
Rick, that's enough. We get the point.
It's Kunin. I didn't actually say the word.
I don't care.
All right, I'll see you next Tuesday.
Oh, that's not nice. Be nice to him.
All
right. Tone it down, guys.
You better tone it down, buddy. Don't give me this shit.
Stop pointing finger.
You know how hard that is?
Okay, I got a question for Cam.
You calm down.
I got a question for Cam. How weird will it be if they trade Marchand to see him in another uniform?
Yeah, I'm listening. What?
He said,
what did you just call me?
How weird would it be if Marchand got traded to see him in another uniform?
Oh.
I didn't call you anything.
Oh, tremendous. Like I wouldn't even know what to do with myself.
Be
Like,
weird.
I think it
eh?
just depends what uniform he's in.
There's no question that I would be like extremely estranged about it. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do with
Honestly, as a guy who doesn't really like him, but it would be so weird to see him in anything but a Bruins uniform. To be
It was
very
like me with Giroux when we traded him. It felt very weird to see him in a Florida Panthers uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That was my captain since 2006.
Fuck
I
your
mean,
captain.
technically he didn't get named captain until 2013, but he was here since 06. So that's a long time.
Yeah, do you want a fucking medal?
That's my guy.
well, he wouldn't earn the medal. Giroux would get the medal.
Yeah, he's got a point.
All right, are we getting any comments? Fine, look, we got some comments. All right. Hey, Guru, by the way, Phil, hey, Bubble Tea, Kane's getting sick. Well, we went over that. And Cake, I love when I laugh every time I see KK. I don't know why.
Shoot,
You guys mentioned KK. I want to laugh. Johnny Cash, we got Johnny Cash in the house. Look at that. Hey guys, do you guys think Habs are doing any moves and maybe playoffs this year? I'm gonna say that if they don't find a second line center to make a deal, I don't think we're gonna see anything. I don't think they're gonna move Armia, Savard, and Dvorak because I don't think they're gonna get an offer that is more valuable to them for these guys than the players are to the team right now.
I want to show you guys something. I just found the Luke Kunin war.
Kunin, by the way.
It's Kunin.
8%. Zero.
Yeah.
Wow.
And who got him just now?
No, Columbus did. Why
Columbus.
would we get him? Do you see a Flyers logo next to his name?
So
It's a
Columbus
Columbus
just traded
logo.
for him? Right, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Good move.
Wow.
That's a good number.
I don't always say 100%. You know, I always take analytics into perspective, but not 100%. But that is telling.
Phil asked, JG Pajot is a center. What would it cost to grab him? I imagine for Montreal, we wouldn't do it. He's a small guy.
old.
And we're not putting the
old.
second line center a smaller guy than Suzuki. Suzuki's 5'11". We're going to get a second line guy. He's going to be bigger than that.
Which right now your options are McTavish or Zegras, because I think those are the only two available 2Cs right now that you could realistically acquire with
That
Cousins.
you know of. You don't know what
Name me another team that's willing to cough up.
You don't know what the GMs
Are we
know.
talking with size, or are you just talking like in general?
I'm talking. Tell me another team that has as many available centers as the Anaheim does.
No, you're probably right. I don't think
It
this
doesn't mean you can't make a deal elsewhere.
I mean, I'm trying to think who.
What's the number one center right now?
Who would be an interesting name? I got a name that would be interesting. I don't know how you would feel about his size, but what about Matty Beniers out in Seattle? He's got.
They're not going to give up Matty
Beniers.
Look at his numbers this year. He's been on a little bit of a downtrend. Remember what I said about
Matter? The kid's what, 24, 23?
McTavish, though, and Zegras, no, he's not the right guy. He doesn't have the size. He's not a 200-foot guy. No. McTavish, I don't know. I don't know his game well enough to know, but that might be an option.
Ever since they signed Matty Beniers to that extension, last year he had 37 points in 77 games.
Yeah.
This year he's 33 points in 63 games, and he's making pretty good money.
McTavish.
So why do we want to pick up that guy necessarily?
Because a fresh start like a Dylan Cousins, as mentioned prior, could be good for a guy like that because he obviously showed potential in his last stop.
Okay, but what size? What kind of size does he have?
Beniers, he's not a giant. He's tall. He's not big weight-wise, but he's 6'2". He needs to put on some weight to fill into his height, but he's 181 pounds.
Yeah, that's not too bad, though, because he's young.
So if you get that guy to 195, 200,
yeah, exactly.
Preferably.
Yeah.
He's only 22, so he's got time to put some weight on.
Yeah, so 6'2", that's big enough. He can't be smaller than Suzuki height-wise. You got to have a bigger guy
He's
there.
a tall dude. He's a former number 2 overall pick.
I know Beniers. I like Beniers.
Doing that with Doc.
I like Beniers. I wouldn't mind them picking up Beniers.
And like I said, he's had a rough last 2 years after having that big year at his age 20 year to lead to the extension. He won the
but he's
Calder
playing
back in 2023. So
He's playing in what, Seattle?
Yeah.
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 And
so
now with the emergence of Shane Wright, he might be more expendable.
he comes to Montreal, and it's a totally different atmosphere, coaching staff. I think they could get a lot out of Beniers here.
I think Beniers would be an interesting. I would take a flyer, Matty Beniers here. I mentioned that to Eric on Flyer.
They're not gonna do it.
Like, you don't know that.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan Cousins just got moved.
Not Beniers, dude. Like Beniers is one of their it's one of their career guys. Like, listen, you're really gonna put people in the same bucket as Buffalo. Buffalo is stupid.
I mean, they are, but listen.
Dumb.
Let me ask you this: for his production right now, after back-to-back years, do you think he's worth his cap hit right now? What he's doing these last 2 years of over $7 million a year?
So you want to give that to in Seattle? Seattle hasn't managed the team well enough yet.
This is the thing. This is the thing about what Montreal's looking for. I don't think they're looking for anything of a project. You know, they want a guy that they don't have to work on to get him there.
But the thing is,
that's the thing.
He won't be available unless he's somewhat of a project.
You don't know. We don't know that.
You blow someone out the water.
But we don't know that. We're just even the insiders, they don't know that. The GMs know all these things. They know the guys to go and look for it. You don't know if they can get one of these guys.
Charlie Coyle has been traded to Colorado. Breaking news.
Really?
And there's no reaction by that guy over there. The Bruins fan. He sits there.
I do not know the return yet, but Fluto Shinzawa has reported Charlie Coyle has been traded to Colorado.
Apparently, Middlestat. LeBrun is saying Middlestat is part of this deal.
Oh, baby! Let's go!
That's interesting.
That's awesome. If we get Middlestat, there's your second line center. There it is.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to tell him, Eric, or do you want me to?
But he's struggling in Colorado.
Yeah, he's a middle six more than a 2C. But there's a reason why.
What's in the middle six, Alex?
He is, but he's more of a 3.
What's in the middle? What's in the middle six?
I understand that, but he's more of a guy who fluctuates. If that's the return, we'll see.
Casey Middlestat will be fine. I actually have confidence
I like
in
that for Boston, honestly.
Yeah, Casey Middlestat, fast talent.
I agree. I think that's a good trade. I just don't want you to over-tamper your expectations.
I'm not gonna expect Casey Middlestat to come in and score 100 points. I'm expecting Casey Middlestat to come in and actually provide speed to an otherwise struggling team with speed.
So
that basically solidifies your first line as Zacha, Lindholm, and Pasternak. Congratulations.
So if it's Middlestat going back, he has $5.75 million cap hit until 2026-27. This year, he has 11 goals, 23 assists, 34 points in 63 games. I'd say, like I said, low-end 2C, high-end 3C numbers this year. I think it's
the only thing that concerns me a little bit about Middlestat is is he better on the wing? And because he really started breaking out in Buffalo when he was moved to the wing. So that concerns me a little bit. And he had to play 2C in Colorado and wasn't able to produce, I guess, the way but you know what? Fresh start, man. And like I said, if it's Charlie Coyle for Middlestat and it sounds like maybe they might be getting a little something else, I like this trade for Boston regardless.
Yeah.
Scott Lawton just joined TSN too. I want to hear that later. But
okay, let's address some of these things from the.
So I gotta see. I haven't seen anything else with that Charlie Coyle trade yet.
If you're gonna send a Bruin anywhere, in my mind, I'm okay with sending them to a team that is a cup contender. If you're gonna send Marchand somewhere, you better put him in a spot where he has a high chance of getting a cup, right? That is my thought process. Same thing with Charlie Coyle. All for it. You know what I mean? I would rather see Coyle and Marchand lift a cup.
I think that's a good trade for you, to be honest. I do like this for the Bruins. Let's see what the full trade is yet. We don't get all the context yet.
Anthony DeMarco just wrote Middlestat, and Rick, you're going to like this one, Zellers. I've never heard, but a second back to Boston.
Zeller.
Wow.
Rick Zellers.
The
Zellers
first
is-
time,
Is it just
the
Coyle?
first time you've heard of the guy, and the last.
Wait a minute. Now, did everyone? I mean, is there anything else going from Boston to them?
Well,
I'm
must
not
be.
so far.
We can
That,
just
that's
give the
wow.
guy.
what Anthony wrote.
He cooked. I will say Sweeney cooked. If that's the full deal, Sweeney cooked. I will give him props for that.
We're probably
For Charlie Coyle, that's a
That's a great
return
deal.
for
I will
Charlie
give
Coyle.
it to Sweeney if that's the deal.
I
He
feel like
cooked.
people really underestimate Charlie Coyle. I mean, yes, he's a solid middle six guy. He also is a huge body, two-way forward,
Yeah.
strong on the puck. Like he's really, really good.
But he's had a rough.
Never been a big
Middlestead has
Charlie Coyle
outproduced
fan,
him
so.
this year.
Okay, I want to point out that like everyone on the Boston Bruins this year is having a rough year.
Yes, we know
So
that.
stop using that as an excuse to be like they suck. Their players are pretty
Zellers,
still.
did they go out of business years ago?
They
Yeah, here
did,
in
though.
Canada,
Such
Zellers is
money.
out of business, so I don't know why they acquired him.
It was like it was kind of like the Canadian version of Walmart. Like Zellers was like a store, like a.
So here's Jay Fresh's breakdown on Casey
Zellers
Middlestead. I
is
don't
like Kmart.
entirely agree with
Yeah,
this. but
more like a Kmart. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
This is what Jay Fresh Hockey has to say about Casey Middlestead. Casey Middlestead, acquired by Boston, is a middle six playmaking center, exactly what I called him. After a promising start with the Avs last year, has struggled tremendously, creating essentially no chances for himself while getting caved in. Not a checker, needs a bounce back. I don't know if I 100% agree with that. Like I said, I think he's a good middle six guy who would probably be better. He's a 3C on a cup team, realistically, I think. He's a 2C.
No, I think it depends on the team. Again, I really think it does.
I think you did good on this, though. Don't get me wrong. The fact you added a second on top of that, you did good. I like this deal for the Bruins.
Yeah. I'm actually a little surprised that I thought like with the addition of Brock Nelson, they would just move Middlestad to the wing and give them a little extra, punch, a little extra offensive punch. But
I
guess
honestly think that the Brock Nelson. Sorry to interrupt you, Eric. That I think the Brock Nelson trade, like Brock Nelson's overrated, in my opinion. Like they just added a depth guy with size, which is what they need. But I still think Drury is the better player.
we'll see.
I think
I like
that was all Colorado. I think Isles cooked. That was a rare Lou win.
Mm.
That was
I
a
like that
rare
for
Lou
him.
Lamoriello win.
He finally did the smart thing and actually brought in some, not re-sign a 34-year-old for another like 5 years.
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, not until the offseason.
Bob,
Wait a minute,
Bob
will you?
McKenzie on TSN.
Just give the guy a chance, Eric.
It's true. I'm strongly underestimating
Just-
Lou Lamoriello.
Yeah, give him a second. Like he's gonna move Matthew Barzell for a 7th round pick in fucking
Or I think
Ivan
Horvat.
Davidov or something like that, or some.
Oh, now you're gonna
some-
give Rick
I think
PTSD.
Horvat-
No, whatever, or whoever the guy is down in fucking whatchamacallit, Dallas that makes like $5 million but is garbage. Like
but on a serious note,
He's gonna
Horvat
flip
maybe.
Richie for Matthew Olivier. That's what he's gonna do. You know it.
Oh my
That's what's gonna
god.
happen.
No, Olivier just got signed though.
I know that's why. So
Yeah,
it's
he's not
guaranteed.
going anywhere.
He's got cost certainty.
Yeah.
So, little tidbit on the Lawton trade. Apparently, the Leafs' first target was Braden Shen, but he refused to waive his no movement clause, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, to go to Toronto, I don't blame him.
And you know what?
Oh,
Braden
come on.
Shen, always one of us. Thank you, Braden. One last act of service as a Flyer.
I wouldn't waive to go to Toronto.
Listen, can we just give Toronto some credit that they're building to something?
Never.
Still
Never.
listen.
I
Hey,
actually
listen.
like them.
I still want a Tampa Toronto matchup, which we are likely going to get, and I hope it goes to Game 7, and I hope the Leafs lose in 7 convincingly. I need it to continue. I need it to continue.
I'll tell you,
tell me I'm wrong.
a Leafs Lightning first round series would be cinema.
Eric, do you hate the Leafs as much as I do being a Montrealer or no?
No, not really. I don't really
No?
hate the Leafs.
I just find it funny to troll them. Although I will say this year won't be as much fun trolling them because Lawton's there, and I want to root for him to be successful.
Traitor.
No, I still couldn't. That is the one team that if Marchand went to, I could not see myself ever do. I couldn't do it.
Well, they're not your
But
biggest
it's not going to
rivals.
happen. It's
right,
not going
because
to
they
happen.
don't trade Boston, Toronto, Montreal, Toronto.
No.
You don't trade big names there.
That would
You
be
don't
us for
trade 'em.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
They
And if
just
they
don't
do, it comes with an added cost.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
But yeah, it's hard to
here's
see.
something interesting to listen to. Victor Olofsson is not in the A's for Vegas right now. Something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, they've been surprisingly quiet, Vegas.
Vegas has been apparently in massive talks to acquire Marchand, which to me, I'm like, you don't have much in the way of assets or prospects to give because your fucking GM just sells everything.
Right.
Like,
what I was gonna say, do they have even any money like to make?
For me, it's you give me Thomas Hertl or I walk. Like,
Yeah, I would think so.
Dial it down a little bit
I
there.
think you're going to hear a dial tone if that's the case.
Yeah, they're not getting rid of Hurdle.
well, they can't. He has a full NMC.
Yeah, you're going to hear a dial tone, my guy. You got to think of long-term young players and prospects if you're doing that. They're not doing that for a player of that quality.
Have you seen the Vegas roster?
Yeah, they don't got much. That's why I think the Kings would be a better fit. They at least have some youth.
I will do Brant Clark for Brad Marchand straight up.
That makes sense. That's a deal I could potentially
Maybe throw in like a 3rd round pick too.
Okay, but why would LA
and I'll
want to
retain
trade?
50%.
Why would LA want to trade Brant Clark? He's a young.
There's been talks about them maybe trying.
There's been significant talks because apparently Brant Clark is not working out. I just keep talking over Eric. I'm sorry. I'm just going to shut up.
No, go. No, but I was just gonna say I don't think LA would get rid of Clark for a rental. That's the only thing.
That's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying. Why would they do that with that kid? Like that doesn't make sense in the trade for me.
No.
All right, what's happening in the chat there? That's info I don't need. Hey, Nicole's there. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, on. She's at work right now.
No, that was it. All right. So while we wait for more trades to happen,
what are you doing?
Are there any trades rumors that you heard that you're still maybe looking at and saying, I wonder if that's going to happen? You got anything like that?
The Peugeot talk, as Cam mentioned, Marchand, we'll see what happens there. I want to see what the Devils are going to do. That's another team I think is a big leader right now.
I can't wait to see what Wayne Gretzky did, what Edmonton does with Wayne Gretzky.
Because things might get ugly.
I want to talk about the Devils real quick because obviously losing Jackson is a big blow. I don't understand why they want to consider themselves as buyers after that. And then their big buying move thus far is to trade for Brian Dumoulin and trade for a second rounder.
I did not understand that trade.
He's a bottom pairing defenseman at this stage of his career. That's all they've done. And then they extended the defenseman we talked about earlier, whose name I'm going to botch, so I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, they just re-signed Kovacevic. They still have Nemec, who can't make the fucking roster because there's people in front of him. Seamus Casey.
Whoa.
And then they go give up a 2nd round pick for Dumoulin. That makes no sense to me at all.
Experience, but maybe just an experienced guy.
Are you ready for the tank? Are you ready for this team to tank? Yeah, we don't even have 4 lines right now.
It down, and we're going for 4th overall. We're going for the 4th.
Give me Misa.
Come on. Roll to pick number 4.
I'll take Frundell as a consolation prize.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're on the way up from that stuff, though. I don't envy you guys having to go there.
The Blackhawks are trading Peter Mrazek and Craig Smith to the Red Wings for Joe Veleno.
So they got rid of Mrazek. I know they were really trying to
Perfect.
Okay, so hold on. Detroit's goalie situation somehow got worse.
True.
I didn't think it could get worse.
Has he played there before?
Yeah, he started in Detroit.
Shit.
Right, he's played in Detroit.
Am I missing something? Tell me I'm missing something, right? Like the
Yzer plan. The Yzer plan is imploding.
Oh yeah.
I've been saying it for a year now. It's the Yzer scam.
Oh,
it's imploding now.
Oh man.
Wow.
That's good. Good for, you know what? Good for them.
Sure.
Good, just great.
Like, oh man, they just
That's
got rid of Billy Husso, and now they just good. They come and bring in
Let's
Mrazek.
get Peter Mrazek, who's like 114 years old.
Ville, we appreciate what you did for us. We're bringing in something even worse than you. So there you go.
We're really going for that wild card to keep it. Like, what are they thinking?
Suck, dude. Oh my
They're
god.
not.
Are they not? Like,
They're
you
not.
think now? Okay, let me ask you guys: do they hold the wild card spot now?
They're
They're
not
going-
even. That was a misclick. There's no trade. That was a misclick.
Damn it! You got me
Get
excited.
the fuck off the button, you
No,
asshole.
I went to grab the mouse and my thumb hit the enter button and my
You got
thing
me
was still
excited.
over it.
Yeah, you're still the worst person I've ever met in my entire life. Anyway.
There'll be more times where it's legitimate. But so with that being said, at this moment, Columbus is at 68. Colorado and New York are both at 67, tied for the second wild card. Detroit and Montreal are at 66. Then after that, I feel like the teams behind that are pretty much accepting their fate. Maybe the Isles have an outside shot. Doubt it though.
Did
Bruins
you
are
put
at
Colorado
64,
in
but-
our? Did you
Huh?
put Colorado in our conference? What did you?
No, I said Montreal and Detroit.
I heard Colorado. Is something wrong with me? Yeah, probably is.
Anyway, Montreal and Detroit. Boston's at 64, but they've played the most games in the league.
And they suck, by the way.
fine.
The Isles are at 63.
I'm content with sucking this year.
Yeah. Listen,
That's not what
Cam,
you said.
I'm
make sure
perfectly
you
fine.
hit that tankathon thing. You're going to have fun with it.
Buddy, you don't need to worry about it.
I don't
I've
know,
slammed
guys.
on that thing ever since watching Zadorov's stick break on me
Top
last
10
week.
pick, baby. Ride the tags. Cam's on board.
I'm just so happy we're
buddy,
not doing
I'm
it.
with you. Fuck it. Don't give a shit.
I'm just so happy we're not there with that.
Anyone
I'm so happy
not
to be
named
out of that.
Pasternak,
Well, listen.
goodbye.
You're the only one out of the three of us, Rick, that have a chance at the playoffs. And even then, with all honesty, it's probably
It's
like
not gonna
15%.
happen.
No, listen, I'm not delusional. It's probably not going to happen.
He's not delusional. He says.
No, well, I don't think
he's
I
just a
still-
little illusional.
I still don't think they're going to make the playoffs. But it's exciting for us, having gone through what you guys are just talking about, to be there in March playing meaningful games and still having a chance at the playoffs.
I agree with you, but that's also
all.
half of the entire league right now is actually playing meaningful games.
Yeah, okay, but we haven't done that in so long. I don't give a shit about everybody
No,
else.
I'm with you, buddy.
We're
I'm
there.
with you. I'm with you.
That's all.
I'm there with you. Not
That's
really.
all.
It's
But
not-
I'm not delusional over our chances. It's going to be
You were
fucking
saying that
hard.
they were going to make the playoffs back in December.
It's like they can't lose. They
Shit,
can
yeah,
barely
that's
lose
fair.
games the rest of the way. That's almost impossible.
Yeah, but it's so tight. Realistically, that's the thing. You're what we were last year, just battling all the way to the end for that playoff spot.
Yeah, hopefully we have a better run at the end
Yeah,
than
wow.
you did. That's all.
Yeah, we imploded. We were in a playoff spot for 80% of the
Which
year.
could happen.
Defecated
That's
on us.
awesome.
It could happen to us.
Yeah, but that's also because the rest of the teams behind us just didn't want to make it either. It was
Yeah,
like,
that's true too.
Well, we're the Canadians, so all the other teams, they're going to want to help us.
Oh yeah.
everyone loves
Phil
you guys.
says in the
Middle
chat,
trade's interesting. I do like that though for the Bruins. I think they did a good job out of that trade. I think they won that.
we were just talking about this. So
Yeah,
Habs
guys.
chances. Phil says 50-50. I think Phil's exaggerating a little bit there. It's not
No,
50-50.
50-50, no shot. It's like
like
we're
a
probably
20.
sitting at maybe 12% chance for the playoffs.
there's just too many teams battling for it.
Yeah.
If it was 4 teams battling for 2 spots, sure. It's like 7 battling.
Yeah,
for 2.
but if we keep playing this way and picking up the points, then it becomes like that. But right now, we're not sitting at a 50.
I will say there might be a 3rd spot potentially opening up if New Jersey starts a free fall because losing
Right.
Jack Hughes is going to have a ripple
Right.
effect.
So
on
things
that.
could happen, but right
I
now,
want New Jersey. They're not
right
too
now
far
we're not.
ahead.
Right now, we don't have a 50-50 chance to make
New
it.
Jersey's only 5 points up on a playoff spot. They are starting to fade.
Phil doubles down and says, okay, 60-50 then.
They honestly,
60-50?
I would not be surprised.
I think New Jersey has a chance.
I
to
would not be
miss that
surprised
really.
I would not be surprised if New Jersey attempts to plan for next season. You know what I mean? Like that.
Well,
I
don't know.
They've talked that they want to still be buyers just because they're in the situation that they're in. But they've got to look at.
No, that's what I mean. They're going to stock up. They're going to stock up for that.
They got to replace. They got to find somebody that can be somewhat of a replacement for Hughes.
Yeah, there's no one available. Like I said, other than Zegras, maybe.
Yeah,
and
they're not going to
have
find
some assets to trade.
What Jack Hughes provides.
McTavish. If you it's right now the available 2Cs because he sure can pop up and play. It's McTavish or Zegras. Those are the only two I bet you that are willing to.
For me, Zegras seems to me like the better fit if you're trying to replace what Hughes brought you. He's got more of that game to me, but I like McTavish too. I don't know how he's doing. Is he struggling or something? Is he doing well?
But Eric, little tidbit for the Flyers right now from Anthony Sanfilippo. With less than an hour to go before the trade deadline, I'm told the Flyers are considering offers for both defenseman Igor Zamula and center Ryan Poehling. I was told they will only pull the trigger if they get what they want in return on both players.
Why would somebody go after Zamula?
I don't know. I'd be happy with a box of crayons for him.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about this earlier.
White crayons at that.
We talked about this earlier. If they move Poehling, you guys got a bit of a freaking hole at center.
They'll call up some guys. They'll call up Abels. They'll call up Gosher. It's fine. We know what this team is this year. They got some big moves they're going to be making in the offseason.
Yeah, I don't disagree. You're just like us. You're not making the playoffs.
No, of course. Yeah, we know our reality.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
You have a 15% chance. We have a 0.15% chance.
Okay, now here's
that's a little bit generous.
Here's an interesting question because Quinn just arrived. Hey, Quinn. He says, "What do we feel about the Marchand trade? Did something happen we don't know about?"
I don't see anything there.
Marchand trade.
So, Quinn, what do you talk about?
Cody Glass to New Jersey. Not Marchand related, but it is a trade. Cody Glass to New Jersey.
You're like, was he actually just traded?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I need to give Cam a heart attack.
I was about to start bawling my eyes out, and I was about to start crying, buddy. Like, do you know how emotional? Like to watch Bergeron and then Marchand leave for me?
Yeah. By the way,
what are you trying to do to me?
Quinn, if you didn't know, Cam is a Bruins fan, and he's got the Bruins pod.
I know Quinn.
Oh, Quinn. Okay, yeah. I don't know.
Like he's stupid, but it's fine. I love the kid. He's a good kid.
No, I didn't know that you know him.
I'm talking shit.
There's rumors, but the way you wrote it, it's like it happens. You freaked him out a bit.
It was just the time was perfect. I had to
freak the fuck out of that, dude. Like, what are we talking
Believe
about?
me, same thing. I mean,
it was come on, but you have to admit the timing was perfect.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, thanks. You scared the shit out of me. Like, do you want to fucking medal?
Could have given me a heart attack if it was me at my age.
I'm over here fucking screaming and got Dingleberry over there being like,
his eyes lit up like a deer in headlights.
I was so confused. I had no idea what was going on. There was a lot of things happening. A lot of emotions were going on. Just life is really hard for me today, fellas. It's a Bruins thing.
I will say, I think Colorado was overpaid a lot today. That's another thing I want to mention. They're going all in, but they're paying crazy prices for the guys.
Colorado? Say Colorado?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of assets they got and everything, but obviously they're going all in, and maybe that's the reason why the AI thing picked Colorado.
We have their first, so that would be our luck that the second year in a row, a team's first round pick we have won the cup.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Well, that's okay. I think I don't know if Edmonton's going to do anything this year. The way that they seem like
I think I think the Kings beat them in the first round as of today. Yeah, I really do.
Yeah, I have to agree. I don't forget where I had Edmonton, but I didn't have them at the top. I definitely and not winning the cup. I didn't have them there. So yeah,
what do you mean?
My predictions at the beginning of the year.
Little more tidbit on the Middlestat Coil exchange. The second round pick you guys got is for this year. So
Yeah, no, I did know that, which is good.
Well.
That's actually good. So what I would imagine is Boston might try and flip that. I don't imagine us keeping the second round pick
back in 2026, but who cares?
What was that?
You did send a fifth back in 2026 as well, but who cares?
Yeah, but that's fine. I'll take that.
Fifth round pick.
I'll take that, and I don't care. You give me.
Yep,
I'll take
I'm on the same boat.
Like I'll take anything for that. But I think that the Bruins, if they really wanted to kind of add some additional pieces back here, because they could just put Charlie McAvoy on LTIR, open up some space, and I think they could probably package Marchand with something, include a second round pick, and get another overhaul for that. Like, you know what I mean? If you really want to try and add another player, I don't know. There's multiple things that they could do, but I don't think the Bruins are done.
Okay, let me ask you this then: if they trade Marchand, you got any idea, feeling what team? Now that it's not going to be Colorado, even though
Winnipeg is the only one that to me that makes the most sense.
Well,
Kings,
hold on. Like,
pick.
just like before, I saw that they had put out. There was a tweet that was put out that Dallas put Miro Heiskanen on LTIR. So now, if they're predicting that he's going to be out until the playoffs, would Marchand make sense to Dallas? Now that they've all signed Colvin?
That would, but
like Maverick Bork. What if it's like 1-for-1, man? Maverick Bork for would really help.
That would be a good acquisition.
You'd have to probably attach a little bit something more, because then I'll retain 50% on Marchand if you give me Maverick Bork and I don't know, third.
I was gonna say maybe like a second, but yeah.
The second too. I'd actually prefer the second, but I don't know if they have it. That's like I'm just saying. I'm acting as if they don't have it.
Because Dallas just gave their thirds to Carolina. So
yeah, I can't. There's been moving pieces. I couldn't tell you
personally. After acquiring Rantanen, I don't see how Dallas is going to acquire Marchand. And if they lost Heiskanen,
I don't think
they could do it.
Like I said, the Kings to me is the team that makes the most sense.
Okay, but if they lost Heiskanen, don't you think they
Winnipeg.
don't they need a defense?
Alex, Winnipeg has $12 million in cap.
I mean, that's a team that makes sense too. I wouldn't
and they have assets to give. Like, that's the thing. They have assets.
And that's why I say the Kings. They do have assets. Let me pull up the Kings.
Because Winnipeg, I think Winnipeg needs a center way more than they need another winger.
So the Kings right now, they would have to send a contract back because they don't have the cap, and I don't think they have anyone LTIR, correct?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, no, they don't. So they would have to move some money out. What's Marchand making right now?
6 point something?
6 point, yeah, I think it's like 6.15.
Yeah, so I mean, one guy would be interested. Maybe Mikey Anderson could be part of a deal with him. He only makes 4.125 mil. I'm trying to just think of some other names that might fit there, and then at least you can fit Clark in as well. But the Kings would have to definitely move some money back. The Kings have every pick this year except their second rounder, and they have every pick next year. So pick-wise, they have the ammunition.
Yeah.
Anybody want to do a recap of all the trades?
I'm just looking through to see if there's any new ones right now.
Anybody? No.
The recap, Alex. Do you have the recap of all the trades? Quinn was actually asking if we could revisit that real quick.
Yeah. Don't we have the? Hold on. Let me pull up the site.
Hang on.
Yeah. Do you have it, Rick? I'll read over all of them. Probably easier that way.
Let me get what I got here. Just give me a sec. Oh, this one. Is this what you're talking about? So
yeah. So
how far back do we go?
Scroll up to the top. Do you want a recap of every trade or all the trades today?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
The big ones. Well, all right. If we're going to do the big ones, we'll work our way down. So we had the Coyle trade that involved Charlie Coyle going to Colorado, as well as a fifth-round pick in 2026. Bruins got back Casey Middlestat, a second this year. And what was the prospect's name again? Zellers?
William Zellers.
So the guy of no return, William Zellers. The Tanev pick, which I liked for Winnipeg, they didn't have to give too much up. A late second-round pick goes Seattle's way. The Lawton trade, that I thought was a very good trade for Philly. Scott Lawton, a 4th and a 6th goes Toronto's way. Philly gets a conditional first-round pick in 2027. Nikita Grabenkin, and they retain half of Lawton's contract for 1 more year. I don't think the Shen trade was that big. The Rondon trade, that was the biggest one. I think we can all agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of firsts
biggest
going,
name.
a lot of picks going Carolina's way. They get Logan Stankoven for an extended Mikko Rantanen. Dallas has a top 6 that terrifies the league now. In my opinion, that's the cup favorite at the moment is the Dallas Stars. That team is fucking loaded. Carolina, I got to say, I get you got a good haulback, but the asset management, it leaves a weird taste in the locker room because you moved the guy like Marty Necas like that, and it doesn't make you better now. Carolina is clearly a worse team than what they were before trading Necas. I don't think they're as much of a cup contender as they used to be, if at all anymore. Are they maybe better for the long term? Sure, but this is supposed to be an all-in a push, and they're not going to be pushing for a cup, I don't think, this year. Realistically, out of the Metro, I think the only team I could see winning it out of the Metro is Washington. Like, you look out of that division, Jersey's banged up. Carolina just had crappy asset management. The Rangers are a mess.
That's putting it lightly.
Yeah. So, I mean, outside of Washington, is anyone in the Metro really a contender right now?
Well, like I said, we'll see what Carolina does the rest of the day.
Yeah. Right now, at least. Something could change.
Right now, no. They're not. I wouldn't put them as a contender.
Yeah.
No.
I would agree there.
I get, and as I said, that Dylan Cousins trade is interesting. I like it better for Ottawa than Buffalo because Josh Norris has a lot of injury history, man, and he's going the Sean Couturier route. I hope the kid stays healthy. He's been relatively healthy this year. He did miss a couple games. I think he's missed 8 games to injury, but he's been healthier than prior years. But this kid just seems like he's always hurt. 25 years old, having that much injury mileage on you is not good. Cousins, he's risky more just based off of player evaluation, what he was a couple years ago in Buffalo when he had that 31-goal campaign. But I think he's in a better position in Ottawa because that's a better team around him, gives him a better chance to succeed. Man, Buffalo, I don't like what they've done in the deadline. I really don't. Kuzmenko,
I just don't understand. I just don't understand it.
Could they have done better in the
Norris was a healthy player, I would understand it more. But I don't. I really don't. I think Pittsburgh did a good job in the Beauvillier trade. I'll give them props for that. I mean, for a 4th liner, you got a 2nd-round pick this year. Good. I hate the Pens, but good job, Dubas. I'll give you props for that. Let's go down the list.
Hey, Dubas.
Yeah. The Brock Nelson deal was an overpay, in my opinion. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but Lou Lamoriello hit a home run. That's probably, in my opinion, out of every deal, the fleecing of the day trade.
I said this. I had literally said that was going to be a gross overpay and that Brock Nelson is extremely overrated, and everyone was laughing on that. I was like, go ahead, laugh all you want. It's right there.
Euro Vakanainen just got extended too. 2 years, $1.55 million.
I like that for him. It's not bad.
Not bad.
For a depth guy, yeah, you could live with that.
Oh, and now there's reports Wyatt Johnson could be getting an extension.
Oh, I thought.
I saw that.
For a second, I thought he was getting moved. I'm like, holy shit!
I actually saw that story on Sportsnet before, at some point today.
I saw that too, but I just didn't want to speak it.
Nothing official yet, but it seems like it's leaning towards that.
Yeah.
But that was a gross overpay, I think, by Colorado. Brock Nelson's a good 2 seed. But he's
holy shit, Alex, take a breath. Let Eric and Rick say something.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, Alex is just going like.
Well, you got to want me to go with the trades. I'm sorry.
I think you went 5 straight minutes without breathing.
No, he breathed. He breathed. He just didn't stop talking.
I'm breathing out my nose better. I had surgery. Go ahead, Eric.
No, I just wanted to say I saw that, and me too. I saw that earlier. Just I didn't want to speak it into existence because I'm still have like the idea in my mind that the Flyers are just gonna offer sheet Wyatt Johnson in the offseason.
Mhm.
So I'm like,
I would have loved it.
that would've been great.
Did you smoke before you came on this shit?
No, I
No,
did.
not before.
That was just
Oh
the
my
only.
God.
Listen, Eric made a fair argument. But we would have to overpay out of our ass and give him like
Yep.
12 or 13 million a year, which I would do. He's that damn good.
I said, fuck it. 1 year, max 20%. Go ahead and match Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what? Have you ever seen Die Hard 2?
Of course.
That voice you did reminded me of like one of the pilots that didn't make it.
Jeez.
I'm not trying to say like Eric is going down or anything like that. I because it's planes and there's just never mind. I'm just gonna shut up. Go hockey.
I think that's good. That's good.
Go-
Good idea.
Go hockey.
Now I'm
Go
sad.
hockey.
Look at the picture Scott Lawton just put on his header.
Oh.
They're all gone, bro. No one cares. They're all gone. Nordy, no one cares. They're all gone. G, Lawton, JVR, to a lesser extent, Voracek. I'm sad.
All right.
End of an era.
I got to answer one here. Do we think Montreal will make a major trade with packaging a few prospects?
No.
I've answered it a few times already today, but yeah, if they can find a second line center, and maybe a right shot defenseman.
You got 24 minutes if you're going to do it.
Those are the two. Well, no, you got like an hour and 24 because they'll still come in. We won't hear about it, but they're there already.
But the deals, any deal that has been processed has to be processed by 3 p.m.
No,
We'll hear about them for about an hour.
Yeah, it has to.
It has to get there and be through, but not processed yet. And that's the thing. That's the delay is as they process them.
We'll hear about. But my point is, you have to put in the deal by 3.
It has to be in by 3, but we don't know. I mean, there could be a lot of deals come in at 3 that we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, look at Rick. He literally doesn't know.
Nothing. I'm ignorant.
5 times
So I'll put it this
8.4.
way, gentlemen.
He said it, not me.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Wyatt Johnson 5 times 8.4.
Oh, is that
That's
what they
it?
got? That's it.
Yeah.
Wow.
8.
Oh, well, you gotta.
Dude, Dallas is. That's
No, that's
insane.
good.
He's got
No,
way
that's
more than
That's
that.
a great deal.
No, that's a great deal. You got to think
That's
like Wyatt
incredible
Johnson.
for him. No, Dallas hit a home run.
He's going to
there.
be a second line. Yeah, he's going to be a second line guy right behind Jason Robertson.
He's a first pairing guy when he hits his prime.
Our whole
First
first
line
line, our whole
Love
first
that.
line under 8 million each
That's
guy.
incredible. What a deal for Wyatt Johnson.
$8 million. It's not going to
No.
be that way when their contract values are up. Shit, I just broke something. Way to go.
Yeah, what in 6, 7, and 8 years from now? I'm not worried.
Yeah,
That's a fantastic deal for Wyatt Johnson.
Oh yeah.
In Dallas's end, I mean.
I see
What?
that honestly. I see that as a little bit too much money, but not a ton that you got to go. Well, I wouldn't make the deal, but
Do you see what Wyatt
What?
Johnson's numbers are right now?
Have you just seen Wyatt Johnson?
He's a hell of a guy.
Oh,
From 1
I
year,
was
90
He's a good looking motherfucker.
I was thinking Howard Johnson's, and I was gonna have some oysters. Clams, excuse me.
Wyatt Johnson has 59 points in 62 games at the age of 21. He is cooking. That is a potential
Nick
future
Suzuki-
100-point guy right
Okay, but I mean, like a guy like Suzuki has 65 and 61, and he's
there.
making
Suzuki's
7.8.
25. Johnson's 21. It's a little
Oh,
different.
shut up. Semantics.
Wyatt Johnson has a way higher ceiling than Nick Suzuki. No disrespect to Suzuki, but Wyatt Johnson's a superstar.
But fuck that guy.
Them's fucking fighting words, man.
You and I know it's true.
No disrespect to Suzuki, but fuck that guy.
Yeah, but I'm gonna disrespect him anyway.
I cannot believe. he
Remember,
only made $1
Most of the
million.
people
Whatever.
in the chat right now are Habs fans.
I still can't
I'm
believe
not
it's not
saying
better.
Suzuki's a bum. I think he's a top 15 center. I'm just saying
Mm-hmm.
that I think Wyatt Johnson is future superstar in this league.
And I think you're a top 15 bum.
I think Nick Suzuki.
Well, you're a top 15 Euro-towel.
That's not nice.
My
Your
dad can beat up your dad. Not really, because he's dead, but You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Dark humor.
Simmer down, Rick. Calm down. Calm down there, buddy. Someone
Dial
come.
it
Someone
down
get.
10%. Dial it down. 10%.
Someone get Rick a towel.
Give your balls a tug.
Someone get Rick a towel and
Doesn't sound like there's any big deals happening at the moment. I feel like.
Oh my god.
Well,
You want to hear what Wyatt Johnson's projected value is per Dom Lezinski? How will you say his name?
Go ahead.
13.2 million.
Did he? Okay.
I told you this kid's a future superstar.
Okay,
he's 21, putting up a point per game.
The guy who made that.
He's 21 putting up a point per game.
That guy smokes more than I do.
You disrespect Wyatt Johnson. He's a superstar, man.
That's kind of saying something too, if you think about
that.
That
is. It's fucking
that's saying something. I've seen how much Rick smokes in a day. God.
That Johnson deal's a home run. That's going to age to be one of the best contracts in hockey.
Guy's a fucking chimney.
Chimney. But we can't talk about that on YouTube. It's not good for you, boys and girls.
Yep. Nope. Stay in drugs. Don't do school. I mean, stay in school. Don't do drugs.
What? Well, I wouldn't go that far, but stay in school for sure.
Yeah.
You think Marchand gets moved? 19 minutes to go.
Yeah, that was going to be my question that I was going to get to is, Cam, how confident are you feeling that your captain ain't going anywhere?
I think it's under 50% he moves now. I feel like something would have happened by now. I won't close the door, but
it's now officially complicated.
I'd say it's about a 30% chance he gets moved.
Yeah, definitely the chance comes down a lot because, and same for Montreal. I doubt Montreal's. I'm right. I think that we didn't move anybody out, but I doubt they found somebody.
I don't think Montreal really does anything. They might move one of Armia or Savard at the last minute, but that's it.
I doubt that. I don't think there's enough interest, and it's not like all these trades and tons of guys moved that they're going to come down and go, well, we'll get Armia then. I don't think so. So like I thought, I mean, they didn't move anybody and, but they didn't get a second line center. So that's going to be an off-season thing. I'm disappointed if they don't get the guy, but it's understandable. I kind of thought getting a second line center, that's kind of an off-season move, but you never know. They maybe could find somebody.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. Words are hard.
See, I just made Cam speechless. That's how good my comment was. He didn't have the words even.
Just doesn't take much.
Interest has cooled off on Ryan Poehling. Looks like that door might be shut.
Yeah, not surprising.
I'm sure Briere was asking for the moon for him.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're probably done for the day.
Did Vancouver do anything? No, Vancouver didn't do anything, eh?
No.
I'm surprised. Besser.
Yeah.
I mean, the Southsea trade, the defenseman that they sent to the Rangers.
Oh, right. Okay, right. Carson
Soucy.
Yeah. Carson Soucy, they moved. And he was on, I forget whose board it was, top 12 on the board. Carson Soucy was on that, so.
See, didn't Soucy go for a third? If I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, he went for a pick, yeah.
So Dumoulin went for more than Soucy?
Yeah, I mean, could be.
Yes. That just tells you how bad of a deadline I think the Devils have had.
There, from our boy, there's your vibe captain.
Oh, is he here?
Marchand here.
Cutting it close with Marchand here.
Wow.
I'm still surprised that Vegas hasn't done anything meaningful yet. Edmonton hasn't done anything meaningful.
That's the thing. This is going to go on for at least 2 hours after. You know what I mean?
An hour. At least an hour, maybe up to 2. You're right. But at least an hour. That's why I'm planning to go to 4 because there's going to be a lot of stuff coming after 3.
I'm so confused with what Detroit is doing right now. It makes no fucking sense.
The Yzer scam. The Yzer scam. We all know it's the Yzer scam.
Well, Jake Wallman went for a first yesterday. You paid. Iceman paid a second to get this guy off his team.
That Wallman trade still boggles my mind from last
Have you
year.
noticed that they already had Peter Mrazek at one point? You know that, right? Like, did
He was
he,
drafted
That's
by
right.
said
they
that.
did.
Yeah.
I
So,
said he
like,
was a wing
We
at some
bought
point.
him from Detroit,
Yeah.
didn't we, Eric?
So like he's
Yeah,
going
we traded
back.
for Mrazek from Detroit
That's
2
right.
years back. Yeah.
What is the Yzerman doing?
I have no fucking clue.
I have a feeling he
stupid.
has no clue either.
Dude, what
Honest, I
happened to
don't
the
think so either.
Yzerman that friggin' made Tampa so good?
It was all Brisebois. I'm starting to
guess
think
so.
it was all
Yeah.
Brisebois.
I believe that Julian Brisebois was very highly thought of when he went there,
Yeah.
and we saw what he's done since Yzerman left. So I think Brisebois was a big part of Yzerman's success.
That's what I'm thinking too. Because even think about it this way also. Like remember, like when Detroit was really good years ago, who was their assistant GM? Jim Nill. Now look, Nill left. Detroit went into the shitter, and fucking look at Dallas now. So sometimes, man, you know what? Sometimes those assistant GMs,
What the hell?
Yep.
they could be the ones that are really running the show.
We can look to a certain place. A lot of times the guy at the top is a moron, and it's the people surrounding him that actually, make him look good. And it could be that's the case there with Yzerman. I'm not saying Yzerman's a moron, but he's lost his way or something. Like something's wrong with that.
A lot of the things he's done just make no
Yeah.
fucking sense.
Yeah, I do not get that trade at all.
All right, but it's okay. Peter Mrazek's coming back, and he's gonna save the season. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really.
yeah. He just can't save a fucking puck.
But listen, the season's what's more important. Pucks aren't important. The season is important. Yeah, it's it really is confusing getting Mrazek over Husso. Was Husso that bad? Was he bad or something? I don't remember. I don't think so.
Well. He was in the AHL, if I'm not mistaken.
So maybe listen, he's getting an experienced goalie. I guess that's what he's thinking. But I don't know. I don't know. Goalies not easy to find a good goalie right now.
Where do people think that they can get Quentin Byfield for Brad Marchand? Like, are people just that genuinely huffing
Seriously?
prong?
Did somebody really say that?
Well,
you'd have to add a lot with
there
that.
are
Yeah, Quentin Byfield, they're not moving him that easy.
And they're not moving him.
Like I've said this several times. I'm like, Marchand for Byfield straight up is just not happening. Like it's
not enough.
If LA
smoking
wasn't
some
making
serious
the
dope.
playoffs, maybe, but I doubt it then. But they're making the playoffs. They're getting rid of Byfield? I don't think so.
Happening. It's not happening.
That's ridiculous. Who said that?
It's
nobody
Flyers
here
are
in the
still
chat.
taking calls on
no, it's
Zamula,
just on
but
Twitter.
no trade
So many-
yet.
On
It's just
Twitter,
there are so many.
yeah,
people
but
that
you
are
just
like,
said
oh,
why.
Byfield.
On Twitter, there's a lot of morons. I'm not saying you guys
know,
are.
but it's so
I'm
many.
not
I'm
saying
just
you
like,
guys
this isn't
are.
happening.
But there's a lot of morons. I'm not saying you guys are. Just so we're clear. A lot of morons on Twitter. That's why I
Well,
left.
you're not
Twitter.
wrong.
That's why I left.
I'm trying to see what else
I do
I
have to
feel so
admit,
bad
though.
for Lawton because he said he hadn't even called his mom yet when he joined TSN.
Oh, my heart.
Listen, Lawton's a great dude.
I know I'm making fun. You don't know
No, I know.
sarcastic
I'm not saying you're taking shots at him. I'm just saying in general. Because he wanted to stay here. He loved being a Flyer. And
Look,
he's
Alex.
Huh?
That should have stayed like that. Did it freeze for you too?
No,
Alex froze with his it looked like he was doing something that he shouldn't be doing on camera.
I didn't.
Just saying.
freeze.
Yeah, no, you did on my screen. You froze and your mouth was
Oh.
open like you were about
Anyway,
to
he loved being a Flyer.
ingest something.
And he
It
did a
looked
lot
like
of awesome. He did a
Giroux
lot
was
of
there.
awesome things off the ice too. So
You
he
froze.
loved-
You froze like Giroux was standing in front of you, and then you were doing what
It
Cam
is
always
without
says you're
distraction.
doing. That's how you froze. I'm glad that didn't happen for everybody. I have to now. I cannot unsee that, unfortunately.
Get your ween out of his mouth. Get his ween out of your
Don't
mouth.
disrespect Captain G.
I'm sorry. I can't help it.
I'm just trying to see if there's
Is
anything.
there anything else happening? Come on. It's like
So,
3. They haven't announced
Let me
fuck
ask
all.
you guys this: what would you give each of your teams on trade deadline for A trade deadline as a whole right now. Grades.
Grades?
B plus, A minus, I guess. Actually, I would say A minus.
I think we're
say
about
A
an A minus too. I'd say.
I'd give you an A minus.
A minus.
No.
I'm gonna give.
I'm giving you guys like A minus. A is way too soon.
Yeah.
A minus, whatever. Point is, we had a great deadline. I'm happy about what we did.
Yeah.
You just got rid of one guy.
Yeah, and we got a great haul.
So did we, apparently.
No, we got rid of two guys.
And we got a third for
minor asset
Kuzmenko.
from Kuzmenko. And if you count the
that's
Frost
right.
and Farabee trade too.
No,
Plus,
I'm counting deadline only. Like you had a good year of trades, I'll give you that. But deadline, specifically speaking, on the deadline.
Plus, what makes it better is that you're just removing talent from the team, which makes it just easier to get that 4th overall pick.
Mm-hmm.
Roll to 4, baby. Roll to 4.
I'm going to give the Habs a B. I'm going to give the Habs a B. They didn't do anything right now yet, but they also didn't give up, give guys away without bringing in the guy that they would have need to do. I'm not speaking English very well. But yeah, so I figure a B. They didn't do it. I'm disappointed that a second line center hasn't come in yet, but they also didn't. They're where they were, and they still have a shot. That's all.
A B? I would give them a C at that point then, because like if they didn't do anything, like
no, because
they average.
No, because it's a good thing. It's a good thing that they didn't move certain guys and then didn't get guys, somebody to come in and replace. You know what I mean?
Oh, see,
Vegas is cooking
they didn't
something.
hurt the team. They didn't hurt
Vegas
the team.
is cooking something.
Okay, but they didn't hurt the team, so they
no. But I wouldn't say a C in the way I view it. A C wouldn't hurt them either. A C is just like you remain stagnant, didn't improve, didn't decrease anything.
Yeah, but sometimes
B is making a move. Like when you start going up that, like you're making minor moves.
No, B.
I think a C is you did average.
But if standing pat is the right move to do, then that's a B. I think that.
Yeah, but then you still had an average time. Like you didn't do anything right, you didn't do anything wrong.
My dog agrees with me. She's
you didn't do
me.
I think Vegas is cooking something, guys. They just randomly tweeted hi.
They're trolling.
They're trolling something. Something's coming with Vegas. Hold on a minute.
Jafed says a C. Standing pat probably won't get in. In that sense that they didn't help themselves to get in, I'll agree then, and we'll make it a C because that's a good point.
So many people are saying in response to the Golden Knights tweet, "Don't you dare say Marchand."
I know, right?
Get your mouth.
Surprised? Would you be surprised?
Nope, it's Vegas. They make magic come out of their ass. They got Thomas Hertl in the last minute of last year.
Exactly.
Okay, if it's Vegas, who do you think's coming back realistically?
I have no idea.
It's got to be. I would anticipate William Karlsson at least.
That's not horrible.
Isn't he? He's hurt though, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
He is, and that would add to the benefit to take
That's
being.
true. I mean, you guys aren't trying to win now, so or at least this year.
That's the only thing I could possibly see is that we take Karlsson.
He does have a 10-team no trade.
If it's Vegas, I mean, nothing has happened, but.
So what's this rumor that we're hearing now that
all I'm saying is Vegas just randomly tweeted hi. They're not going to randomly tweet something unless something's coming.
That's what you're going on?
Listen,
that's what you're going on.
Yeah. They do that all the time.
Teams do that all the time. All the time.
Like really?
Before something big happens.
No, I think that's a stretch. Not that it can't be, but that's a stretch.
But it's Vegas.
Yeah, Eric, I'm betting it's William Karlsson in a second round pick is what my best guess would be. If it's Marchand, it's William Karlsson in a second round pick, which is actually pretty good. You get a little bit younger there, and it's $5.9 million, 32. He's 32, and it expires when he's 36. It's not bad. That's actually pretty solid. I would take that. If that is the case.
Ooh.
Then who plays 3C though?
Oh, Jafed, a news conference by Hughes at 3:15 means that the Habs are done, and there's nothing more. And I think it's normal. He does that after trade deadline. But if he's scheduled at 3:15 and we've heard nothing yet, Habs are done. Would you guys agree with that?
Habs are done.
Yeah, I mean they're scheduling a news conference at 3:15.
Yeah, so they probably don't do anything.
Yeah, so they're done. They're not doing anything. They didn't find their guy.
Oh.
All right, disappointed, but I've said, and before going into the deadline, that I think that the guy I'm looking for is an off-season thing.
Oh, someone said it could also be Besser.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it would make sense.
In division again? If they do that shit, that's mean.
Well, here's the thing.
Gross.
Besser.
This lineup is gross. This isn't even fair.
Marchand.
So
it's got to be. I'm thinking it's Marchand. I'm thinking it's Marchand or Besser. Marchand makes a ton of sense just because they would need a left winger. Besser makes sense because they could facilitate a right winger too. Like they just need a winger. I think the way I see it.
We don't even know that anything's happening there with them.
We don't, but there would be no reason to just randomly tweet hi.
There could be lots of reasons. There could be lots of reasons. Saying
a lot
hi
of people suggest,
it's not hi. We're making a trade soon. We just wanted to say hi.
They're not going to say hi. We're making a trade soon. It's hi. We're here to troll and give you a hidden message that has more meaning to it.
Yeah, and then if it's just like just kidding, or if it's just like, hey, we'll see you for the playoffs, I'm gonna be like, you bastards.
What exactly is the hidden message? Hi. What's the hidden message?
The hidden message is hi. Something's coming. We got something big coming. Keep your eyes on us.
Wouldn't it be more sensible for them to actually say that?
I don't know if this is true.
Wait a minute.
I don't know. I don't know if this is true, but apparently on TSN, Pierre LeBron said that it sounds like Marchand is heading to Vegas. I don't know if that is true.
Who put that up there?
I don't know. It was some random tweet, but I'm not watching TSN. Do not take my word for it.
If I see a trade, I'll hit the button.
Oh, we know you will. You'll hit it even if you don't.
Over it waiting.
You'll hit it even if you don't see a trade.
I mean, he knows Bruce Cassidy's system well. That would make a lot of sense. It's just a matter of like, what's the return? Trying to find a credible source here, but someone did pose that. I guess it might have been said on TSN that Pierre LeBron said that it's likely, but I'm not seeing any backup to it. So,
I haven't seen anything yet on social media either, so I'm scrolling.
Yeah, so am I.
Scrolling.
So I feel like
and you will see a man break down in tears if it's
the eyes of
trade Marchand. I want to see Cam cry. Trade Marchand.
We got to play the Titanic theme if it happens.
We need the emotional pull to people's hearts so they'll subscribe.
TSN is actually just showed a clip of Bob McKenzie from last year breaking the hurdle news like at the last minute.
It's going to be something like that. This is going to be a 3:00 trade with Vegas just to troll.
Well, there's always things that'll happen between 3 and 4. So there's something.
I know that.
There's stuff coming. And
it's
not surprising
right now.
It also wouldn't surprise me if some of the big stuff is coming because they're harder to negotiate everything through. So, they're going to come out late. I can see that.
TSN just posted 2 eyes now.
And also, GMs at the last minute go.
Who just posted 2
Whoa! The Hurricanes and Penguins are closing in on a Raquel deal.
Well, they better have made it because they got 2 fucking minutes.
Wow, if that happens, that's...
No, all they have to do is send to the league that it's being finalized.
Yeah.
They don't need to have it done by 3. They just need to have it filed that something is still discussed.
Yeah, but you got to fax that. And if you can't get it in time, it doesn't count.
They actually don't use the faxes anymore, Rick.
Yeah, they use a thing called the email.
No. Yeah, I think it's all electronic now.
Okay, but they were still using faxes for a while still. Like not that long ago.
A few years ago, yeah.
Yeah. I know I'm old, but I'm not that old, okay?
Yeah, like a few years ago, like the 1990s, yeah.
Because I remember it actually happened a few years back. There was a screw up with the fax or whatever, and one trade didn't actually go through because of the mistake. I mean, whatever.
Yep. It can happen with the fax machines. But I guess with email, it is a lot quicker and a lot easier to get it in there, and it's in.
You got 1 minute
That's what
left
she's-
until
by the
the
way,
buzzer goes off.
That is what she said last night, but I don't want to brag.
Har, har, har.
At least somebody acknowledged my joke.
Yeah,
Give you a har, har, har.
I said at least somebody acknowledged it.
Scrolling. A lot of
I
people.
am too. I got nothing.
Someone wrote. You ever see Caddyshack?
Yes.
Someone did the meme in response to Vegas. Well, we're waiting.
We're waiting. William says, "I want." You want Zegras? Yeah, I don't think. I think Montreal's done. They announced a press conference in 15 minutes.
Yeah, they're not doing
I kind of
anything.
think they're done, but it could be wrong. They could have something in there and it just hasn't been announced. And he's going to do a press conference like that anyway after 3:00. That's nothing weird. So I could be wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong and we get an announcement and there's something good for us.
I'm sure Marchand is in a hospital bed.
Yeah, well, he's
All
not.
right, it's
coming to
officially
Montreal.
3:00. So any
Yep.
deals, no more can be processed now. So
Yep.
let's see if anything comes through. Everyone pencils down.
Pencils down, boys and girls.
Can I hit the trade alert thing just to say it's officially the end of the deadline?
Bubble
Sure.
Tea says we're getting Zygmunt Palffy. Now there's a name from the past a bit, man.
Zygmunt Palffy.
That's from
Wow.
my day in the 80s or 90s. I can't remember exactly what, but Ziggy Palffy, yeah.
I
New York
remember back in the
Islanders.
90s.
Breaking, the Habs have officially announced they are keeping both Joel Armina and David Savard. They are done for the day, per Frank Saravelli.
Yep, I told you.
So that was announced 1 minute ago.
I wonder why they didn't mention Dvorak.
Dvorak's contract is up this year.
Yeah, he's a UFA as
I don't
well.
think he
Why?
was getting interest.
Oh, please sign him. I'm turning into Jamie. Sign him.
Yeah, you need centers. Sign him. Give him. We'll
I don't
take him.
need no centers. We don't need. You
Well,
know
then
what we
you know
need?
what do you?
We need he's a center left
Oh
wing.
shit!
He's
Fred
a
Friedman, I
center.
think, just said that he might be going to Florida, Marchand.
No way!
Who just said that?
That would be
Elliot
something.
Friedman,
Oh
just
my
a
God, we may have to
last-minute
put Cam on
possibility.
watch.
Hearing Brad Marchand could be
Elliot
traded to
Friedman
Florida.
just said that. Oh my God! Then it's the real account.
Well, maybe something's
That's what it
happening.
looks like.
At least staying after the 3:00 is going to be worth it.
He said possibility. It's not definite yet.
Yeah,
It's all possibility until it happens. William, yes, I think in the summer, not Zegras. I don't think Zegras is the right guy. That's me. But they're going to find a second line center.
God.
I'm really surprised.
What does Florida have?
I'm a little surprised that they didn't, but it's not an easy thing to do at the deadline for what they're looking for. So
I just had to post something that says, "Don't do this to us. Don't make us root for them. Don't do this."
true, eh?
You said
That's
not
true.
Toronto. This is probably the next worst thing. Sam Bennett and Brad Marchand on the same team.
Marchand to Toronto.
They were on-
to Florida. Marchand to Florida. Marchand to
I
Florida.
haven't seen it officially yet. I'm not saying shit until I see it officially.
You're late on that, Vogel. We got you.
Ow! Fuck.
If it comes out where it said the trade is happening, I'll hit the button.
You better hit the button, man.
Oh my god! I keep messing up my chords here, man. I won't know what I'm gonna do if Marchand gets traded to Florida. I don't think it's just I'll cry.
Shen is staying in St. Louis. That's not much of a shock.
I wouldn't be surprised if they give Bennett back to us because he's a UFA anyway.
When you say back, Sam Bennett played in Boston?
No, like back in terms of
Oh,
the
back
trade,
in
like
the
if
deal,
if they send him back.
I don't know what.
But he's a
Florida-
UFA.
Florida does. I don't know what Florida would pay. Like I don't even know what Florida would give us.
They don't have their first
Yeah.
this year. Montreal has it.
They don't
They
have
don't
their first
have-
and the next two.
So I
Yeah.
don't know what the hell they're going to give up.
They don't have their first, second, or third this year. They don't have a first next year. They have a second next year. They don't have a third next year. What are
27
they
first?
giving?
Are
Are they going to give me? Are they going to give me Anton Lundell?
The GM's wife
I
is going to
doubt
go
it.
over and.
I mean, no.
Maybe Lucian.
You know what?
Lucian.
At two,
Etu Lusaran,
I'll-
yeah.
I will take him.
I like him. Yeah.
Is it breaking?
Who'd you
I
say?
have no idea, but it makes sense because
It's
Matty Kachuk
pending.
might. Because
It's pending.
Matty Kachuk is injured, and he's potentially out for the season, so that might be huge for them.
Oh my God! If he goes to,
Give me it. Give it to me.
if he goes to Florida, that's insanity.
I
My
really
opinion
don't want
is
to root.
it's a
I don't
mistake
want to
by
root for them.
Florida. He's gonna. Why is he gonna want? I don't know. He's not gonna be motivated.
Why is that a
Brock
mistake by
Besser is
Florida?
not going anywhere.
He's
Canucks
not gonna be
are retaining
motivated.
Brock Besser.
He's gonna be a disappointment over there in Florida. Watch and see.
Why? Why would he be?
No, I don't.
He
I
won't
think
be a
yeah.
disappointment. Are you kidding
Watch and
me?
see.
Are you smoking? What
Yes,
the-
you know the answer to that.
Who
Are you
got-
dumb?
Did you have your prune juice this morning?
I don't drink. I'm regular as can be.
I think you need an enema.
I need the
Only-
volume up on
only if
Twitter
you
right
do it
now.
personally.
Oh God, no! Don't. I don't. I can't see it. I don't want it.
That's
William,
probably the second worst
let me
destination.
get something in here.
Yeah, I don't know why I would have
Hang on,
ever.
hang on. William and Bubble Tea, but
Oh,
William,
LeBron-
Doc's
LeBron
done
just,
his
I think
fan
LeBron
record.
just confirmed it. Still
What
pending-
What? Hit the button.
Still pending league call. Told Brad Marchand is going to Florida.
Wow.
That's what
That's-
LeBron put out there.
Oh
Huge.
my God.
Okay, wait. Don't cry yet. Wait. Here.
Wow.
We want to see some tears.
In the eyes of
We want to see some tears.
Yeah,
Listen,
get
I
me
feel
out
for
of
you.
there,
You know
bud.
what, Cam? I feel for you. That's a tough one. That's a
Listen,
tough one.
Cam, I dealt with it a couple of years ago. I know how much
Yep.
it sucks.
I dealt with it when they traded Koivu. Let Koivu go. Same kind of thing. So yeah, it's a tough one. I feel for you, dude. But I do want to see the tears, though.
No, you
The
don't.
Red joining the Rats.
That's odd. Him going to Florida.
I
Like, I
never
don't-
would have.
That's
Never
just
would've guessed that.
weird.
Makes sense though.
They must have made
Changes
an overpay.
happening in Boston. Big changes. Well, it's time. They need to make changes.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
that's-
Cam, Signals rebuild?
No,
Retool, I would say.
it's always
Still
been a
just a
retool.
retool? I mean,
Yeah.
Marchand going? That's big.
You have Pasternak,
Oh, true. No, you're right.
McAvoy,
Okay, shut up.
and
Shut up.
Swayman.
Shut up. Don't embarrass
What
me.
the
more.
hell are you talking about?
I said shut up. Don't keep embarrassing me. Shut up.
My sadness went to anger. I was just like, oh, boo-hoo, poor me. Like, Marchand's leaving. Now I'm like, fuck Rick.
Yeah, that's from Bubble Tea for you. You got to sing this. You know the song? He won't look. He won't look.
Well, Marchand had to
will
wave his claws. So.
Remember you.
You will remember me.
Don't. It's not funny. I want to know what the hell.
I can't do the next line because it's a really high
That's
fucking note, and I'm not doing it.
Oh, they're in the trade call queue.
Yeah, there's like we're talking about, there's gonna be trades now announced that are in that queue.
Oh man, I'm thinking it's got to be Lusterinen and something else.
So the trade has been agreed to, as you guys mentioned. I've got to see what this return is.
The only I gotta imagine Lusterinen at minimum, and you gotta give me something else. Like you're probably the second round pick next year, but it's got to be a little bit more than that. Lusterinen's not as good as Marchand.
The Raquel trade fell through. Did not happen.
I don't like that. I really don't like that for Carolina. Yeah, because that's actually what I was looking for right now. I'm like, did that trade actually even go through, or what's going on? But
Marchand to Florida is happening. It's confirmed. It's just the details are.
no,
That's
I'm talking
insane.
about Raquel to the Canes.
Okay, I gotta answer a question. Give me a second.
Wait,
William,
Raquel the Kings?
Raquel to the Canes. You said it didn't go through.
Yeah, that ended up falling through. It said the Canes are done.
Nah. So I really don't like what the.
Okay, let me get into something. William, I agree with you. They're not trading Doc. He's going to go to the wing. That's because he's got another year left, and I don't think anyone's trading for him.
That is, that's insane. You got 3 rats on that team, and Marchand, Tkachuk, and Bennett.
Yeah, that's going to be a really everyone's going to hate going there or playing them with those pests. Wow, so that's the biggest news trade of the day so far.
Going. Chris Johnson just tweeted the Leafs are getting Brendan Carlo.
What? Get out of here!
Your team is being torn apart.
No,
Cam,
don't do that.
Carlo to Toronto. What the fuck?
What?
How they can even afford him?
Wow.
Maybe you'll get the 2026. Wow. Yeah, the Bruins are in rebuild mode.
They can't be in rebuild
mode. Not full scale rebuild.
What are they gonna get back? What are we getting? They don't have anything I want.
A bag of pucks. They don't
have anything I want. They're killing me.
Nick Robertson.
I'd fucking jump out my ground floor window. I would just go from like 2 inches and go. I'd be like, "Ow, that hurt! I gotta go back in and do this fucking podcast." Like, oh my god,
Cam, you need a beer?
I need tequila.
I'm not posting anymore. Sure.
I need fucking tequila. Forget
okay, you have some of that.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I don't envy you right now. I seriously, no joking. I feel for you because I know your stomach is hollow right now. What the fuck? It's like getting a kick in the gut, right?
I'm sure David Pasternak is sitting in his living room just being like, so do we just quit?
Yeah.
Am I next? What's going on?
I need to know what these returns are. Carlo the Leafs is crazy.
Yeah, that one caught me completely off guard.
Carlo to Toronto. I'm surprised they traded with Toronto like that. Like, that's a good player. I'm surprised. It's not often you see that between Boston and Toronto or Montreal and Boston and Toronto.
Wow.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out what Toronto even had left to give up and how they're even going to fit him under the cap.
Maybe that 2026 first.
Looking forward to the next Boston game, I mean. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think the Montreal will wax them now.
Looking forward to it.
Poor Swayman. Swayman's probably just seeing like, so I just have no defense.
You have, hey, at least you have Elias Lindholm still.
But I'm here for 8 years.
That's fine. A good 2-way forward. I'm okay with that.
I'm here for 8 more years? No. Really?
Bobby, please help. I was here to win.
I should have stayed. I should have not come back.
Oh, shit.
William,
the 7 stages.
Third line. I think he's a third line winger next year.
Fucking no. They have to be trolling me right now. They can't. They're not sending them to Panthers and Leafs.
This makes no sense.
It's like, like right now, your 2 biggest enemies. Don Sweeney's got to go, man. He's got to go.
I'm pretty sure, like every Bruin is sitting there watching that and be like, "That's crazy."
Okay, 2 quick things. Elliot Freeman just said that apparently Eric Johnson is going back to Colorado.
Flyers did do something.
And one interesting one, I don't know, this is per Sun Garrock. I'm not sure. But apparently Fabian Zetterlund is being traded to Ottawa from San Jose.
Oh,
that's interesting because Zetterlund's a good young player.
Do we? I think the Bruins have just turned into masochists.
They do not have a first in 2027. We have that now.
Don Sweeney going to be in his job much longer? What do you think?
Hey, Cam, does this look painful?
Not as painful as Carlo to the Leafs.
What? This should be more painful.
No, you want to know why? Because I'm actually rooting. I can get behind Florida.
Yep.
I can get behind Florida. Outside of Sam Bennett, I don't think there is any player on the Florida Panthers that I can say I genuinely dislike. I'm sorry, and Matty Tkachuk. But realistically, I don't hate Matty Tkachuk. I hate how he chews on his. I don't know why that bothers me so much.
I hate both, but also
I don't know why that bothers me so much. But I dislike Sam Bennett. But if it, Marchand, go do it. Do it up, baby.
Go in the cup.
Oil, Carlo, and
No,
Marchand.
be
Wow.
free.
I just need someone to fucking tell me what we're getting for these people.
It's coming. It's coming.
What the hell
I
is?
wonder what we got for Eric Johnson. Not that it's a big deal, but
You're not. Yeah, maybe a third.
William Fabian
I think that'd be
Zetterlund.
one fourth.
Fabian Zetterlund.
What in God's name is Sweeney taking from the Maple Leafs outside of their pride?
Drugs.
Oh, maybe Fraser Minton.
Oh, that would be interesting. That's who I wanted.
Like it could maybe be like a Charlie Cole replacement in the future.
But fuck, your D is gonna be really suffering. Carlo and McAvoy out. Carlo
I
gone.
cannot believe that.
But it's looking like Shea Weber's contract has been traded.
Guru says future considerations for Boston.
Imagine that would be painful.
Take a gun to my head.
I don't want to send Cam into a house right now. We can't do that.
Like don't. Oh, God.
Well, at least
So who's the new Bruins captain's my question. Pasternak?
It's Pasternak.
gotta be.
It's gotta
Gotta
be.
be Pasternak.
That's your
Pasternak
franchise
gets
player.
the C, and then what? McAvoy and Lindholm get the A's?
Lindholm, you think? Really?
Lindholm.
Nobody else there?
He's going to be there.
McAvoy and Lindholm would get it.
Yeah.
Otherwise I would have said Coyle, but
Oh,
he's gone.
which Lindholm? Hampus.
Hampus, probably.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
They have two of them.
I'm
Yeah,
looking
I know,
at
that's what I
Toronto,
just thought
dude.
about.
Who the hell do they get? You know what? Hold on, give me Mitch Marner.
Oh, yeah, imagine. But I doubt it. That's not happening.
Who do I get? Do I get Chris Tanev? I'd rather not. Jake McCabe, I'd also rather not.
You're not getting
You're gonna
Marner for
You're
Carlo.
going to get some picks. Or
No,
I bet you
I'm not
get
getting
Minton.
Marner.
Am I in?
I'm thinking
Yeah,
Minton and probably a second.
that would make sense.
Give me Connor Timmins.
But me, it's more
Give
the
me-
money. How they're gonna make the money work.
I have no idea.
But Toronto?
If we retain any amount of money on Carlo's contract, I'm going to spank somebody.
How much money is on his contract? How much does he make?
How many more years?
It's this year and next year, I believe, or the year and the year after. I can't remember.
They probably will have to retain something unless if Toronto sends a player back.
It could be a three-team trade. I'm honestly hoping we we don't and say we did. Why are we giving up Carlo? Why does Sweeney hate me?
I cannot believe Brad Marchand and Brandon Carlo both got traded. That's crazy.
Brandon Carlo is good for next year and the year after. No, thank you. He has a 3-team no trade list.
Yeah,
Right now he has a
4.1
10-team
million
no trade
for
list.
next two.
I honestly want to be like, I want to call Carlo if I ever had his number, and I would just be like, say no. Say no. Just say no. No. Just no.
To drugs.
Oliver Ekman I'd kill myself. I don't want anyone from Toronto. Give me Morgan Riley. You can't.
For Carlo, you're
There's
not getting Riley.
No, I know. I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't want him. No, don't do it. No, they're trolling. They're fucking with me. That's it. Toronto's messing with me.
Did you pinch yourself? Maybe you're dreaming. Maybe it's not real.
There's no way it happens. There's just no
pinch myself,
fucking way. Who does Don Sweeney want out of that team?
He's in denial, folks. He's in denial. We'll watch the 7 stages of denial.
Nicholas Robertson? You're gonna get him and a second round pick? But how do they make that? No.
Steve Dangle tweets Brad Marchand a Florida reaction.
Can't see. Ha ha ha.
That should tell you all you need to know.
I want to know what
I
the hell
haven't
is
heard
the
any
return?
return yet. Give it time; it'll pop up.
No, I want the return now, dude. I'm having palpitations.
I don't blame you though. I'd be like that too if it were.
Like I said, it's got to be loose. It's got to be at least Lusterinen.
I would think so.
That at minimum, it's him. I'm anticipating more because it sounds like Matty Tkachuk is going to be ready for the playoffs. So I'm anticipating. I'm anticipating.
Johnny Cash, I know near the end of the season we play the Bruins. William, we got that one like a while back. Sorry, Luke Kunin. It happened a while ago. Kunin, actually.
See? Wait, nope. Look, no, you said it right.
No, because I've always said it that way, but on when the play-by-play guy says it,
they're wrong. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if we could try and swing Anton Lundell.
Well, that would be a good return.
They're not giving up Lindell.
I'd be surprised.
No shot.
Yeah, I don't think so.
There is a 0% chance.
Good return.
He's number 1 D-man.
Right. It's a good return.
D-man? It's a center.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of front. I'm sorry, not Lindell.
Well, here's the thing. No, here's the thing. They have Barkov for the next 4 years.
No.
At the same amount of time they have Anton Lundell. Sam Bennett's a free agent, but they could always sign him for another 4 years. Like, they're not really.
I'm not thinking of Lindell. Maybe I'm thinking of.
But I think Lundell would just be more insurance in case Bennett doesn't sign.
Yeah, Lundell could be that piece.
Lindell, that actually makes a little more sense. I'm sorry, I was thinking of Forsling.
Yeah, it could be Anton Lundell. That would be something I would imagine. It's because they have Jesper Boquist, who plays the bottom. They have Thomas Nosek, who also plays the center. They are saturated at center. I would not be surprised if that is a possibility. And Barkov's only 29, so like their team is pretty solid.
Eric,
I would not be surprised if that is part of the
Flyers
deal.
are getting a player back for Eric Johnson.
Actually,
yeah.
If it is Lundell, I'm okay.
JJ Parayko to the Rangers. Buzz. Oh, wait a minute. Is that? Never mind. Fake account. Disregard that one. I got duped.
Gotta be careful, man.
I made the warning, but I didn't go too far. I caught myself before I went too far with it.
It's San Filippo just wrote, believe the Flyers are getting Giovanni Smith from Colorado.
Is he any good? I don't know too much about him.
Getting who?
I think he's like a 4th liner, if I'm not mistaken.
I need to know.
There's your roster guy to fill in.
So I guess just like body in, body out.
Wax on, wax off.
I'm still confused on the Carlo trade. There's got to be a third team involved in that. There's literally nothing on Toronto that screams "come get me." I don't want anyone from Toronto.
But Don Sweeney made the deal. Anything could be happening.
Well, Don Sweeney's a not nice word.
He's a Kunin. Nope.
He's something else that starts with a C, though. I can tell you that.
He's a Kunin for you.
He's a cool guy. No, he really sucks.
He's a cool guy. I don't think so. Oh yeah, I don't do this on camera.
There's still a possibility where this trade falls through and it doesn't happen, and Marchand just stays here.
I think it's happening at this point.
Yeah, the way they're talking about it sounds like it's done.
Nothing is
Darren
fine.
Prager said if it got done in time. Oh wait a minute. But did the Bruins make a trade with Buffalo?
Yeah, Buffalo sends Yukaharu to Boston.
How
many
trades did Sweeney make?
Why is he ruining my team?
Yoki Haru.
Oh my God, we're fucked.
If it went through.
Oh my
Well, yeah, because they don't know exactly what went through in time, But here we are, 3:25 and almost, and there's, we're still waiting on stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah, it looks like Carlo was definitely traded to the Leafs. It's just the details are being ironed out.
Do they let them do that? Say, okay, we're going to make this trade, but we don't have all the details. They're allowed to do that?
Yeah.
I guess so.
I guess so.
Or it's just that the terms that the deal has already been agreed upon. It's just that the insiders don't have all the information as of yet.
But how is Shea Weber being traded? His rights, I get it, but I thought his contract was already done.
No, I think he has one more year.
He had one more?
Yeah.
Man, that was a contract from hell in length. 17 years or 14 years? It's crazy.
Yeah, it was 14, if I'm not mistaken.
14, yeah.
That was a...
Oh, God.
was a
He didn't just freaking... Oh. Fucking Sweeney.
The retool is on.
Who's playing that music? Don't do that. That's copyright.
Your copyright.
Well, I'm also monetized. Don't screw up my thing.
Oh my God.
Florida loading up.
Don't screw up the money I make. I'll have to make you pay the $2 or $3 that I could make here.
Oh, I'll give you 7 just to shut up.
Okay, sold.
Oh my God.
I believe Fraser Minton is in the deal for Brandon Carlo. We called that, Eric.
Yeah, it made sense.
That's a good prospect.
That's a good prospect. Minton's a good prospect. Yeah, that's a good move. And if you remember, I told
it's another center though that they're not. Yeah. The Boston is horrible with developing their talent.
He's making moves to try to save his job, and they're not going to be all good ones because
he's also trying to get younger.
They're all fucking. Like, he moved the entire team out. He literally shipped everyone out.
Yeah, he believes.
I'm sitting here wondering what we got left.
He believes he's gonna put it back together better. I'm sure that's what is in his head.
Holy shit! Like I just.
Bruins entering their Sabres era. Ooh, Cam don't like that one.
So we got Minton going back. I need to know who else.
Anita No is going back? Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you said. You said Anita No. Who else?
Let's see.
Oh, man.
I got to say, this has been pretty exciting.
Minton's not a bad pickup. I will give you guys that because I was interested in Minton in a Lawton deal.
Yeah, Minton's is one of their best prospects.
I'm just what the fuck is happening? It's crazy. Oh shit.
No, man, Cam's going through it.
Nope.
Breakdown time.
Dude, we couldn't even get a fucking first round pick this year. Like it's crazy. Like you said Yokiaru is coming back?
Maybe. If it went through.
Maybe, this guy says.
Maybe.
Maybe.
That's just fucking dandy.
Boss is joining.
Yeah, Guru, we heard
join the road
Weber.
fourth.
But I mean, that's from where is Weber? Where is his contract now?
And ended up in Chicago.
Yeah, but where did it come from? Like, where was it?
It was technically in Arizona.
Okay, I thought it was
in
Utah.
So now it's in Chicago.
Utah. Okay, I wasn't sure where it had ended up.
Today sucks. There has to be a third team involved with the Toronto trade. There's no way it's
The
that's my
Minton for Carlo is not a bad deal.
No, but there has to be a third team involved.
Oh, for the money, yeah.
So what I would anticipate is Minton for Carlo, but Toronto's also giving a pick, and then that pick is going to go to a third team to retain 50%. Is my best guess.
Yeah, it could be.
Sounds about right.
Because Boston, I doubt, is going to want to retain any form of money right now.
How much does Carlo make, did you say?
4.1.
Not huge money.
No, but it's money that we don't have.
I get it. Well, you won't have it. He's gone.
Shut up.
Sorry for giving you the facts. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
Yeah, I'm having an emotional moment. My captain just left.
I know. Here, I have a violin over here. Would you like me to play it?
No, I want you to take it and shove it.
Oh my God, what a meme.
Wait, what?
Brad Marchand.
For anyone who gets the John Cena heel turn, what a meme. Oh, that's going to the group chat. I'm retweeting that. That's gold.
As we wait, okay, let's deal with some of these things here that people are saying. Who could potentially come back as a top 6 center for the Habs? It's a good question. I don't really have an answer because there's a lot of possibilities, and there's guys that you wouldn't think of or you haven't even heard of that could be that guy, a young player stuck behind, other guys ahead of him at that position on a team. I don't really have an answer to give you a name, but I guarantee the Habs have targets.
Let's see.
What? Okay, I see your.
Yoki Haru is a third pairing defenseman, is what people are really calling him. So, I mean,
He's not Carlo. Carlo was what? Top pair or second pair?
second. He's a second pairing guy. Someone wrote Marchand, Bennett, Tkachuk could be the all-time agitator line.
Yeah.
Shit.
Sure
What I'm
could
talking
be.
about, shit talking. Someone explained the Brad Marchand trade in NBA terms. Paul Pierce to the Heat. Yeah, no shit.
Bubble tea, I doubt. It looks like Boston gave everything away anyway, so I don't know if there's anything to poach now. Hughes will find what he's looking for in the offseason. Unfortunately, I wish it was in a deadline, but it's a tall order, whatever you call that, for him to have done that at the deadline.
It doesn't make sense for that the Bruins acquire Yokiaru. He's a UFA at the end of the year. What are we acquiring him for?
Finish the season. Take a spot.
Take a spot.
Let's take a spot. We need somebody.
Fuck it. Here you go. There you go. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Like right off. Like after the season just goes.
He has to sell. Sweeney has to sell some kind of hope. Come on, we got Yokaru.
Bubble tea, yeah. Trade deadline. Well, contenders will pay extra to get somebody in that they think will help them to win a cup. That's why. I don't know. We don't know that Boston gave away anybody, right? We don't know yet. We haven't heard the return yet. For Cam's sake, I hope it's good returns because I don't know what's going to happen with him.
Like I said, it's got to be at least Lundell. Lundell has to be a piece coming back.
Oh, the breaking news keeps coming on 98.5. They got something to announce.
Is it that Felger and Maz finally know a thing or two about hockey?
Yeah, that's the Carlo trade. Fraser Minton's return to the is part of the return. Never mind.
I just don't understand.
Oops, I dropped it.
Alex, do you have the TV on in the background?
Yeah, I do.
It needs to be it needs to be lowered. We can hear it.
All right, hold on.
Oh, I don't hear it. Yeah, don't.
Anything away. It's not NHL content.
It doesn't matter. Copyright.
You don't own the rights to the broadcast.
Yeah.
How low it is? Is that better?
Yeah, I don't hear. I didn't hear it the first time, but if Cam did, somebody might. William,
Cool.
They're not acquiring Bennett. Habs are done. It's been announced. They're done. If they get Bennett, it's signing him as a free agent in the offseason, so they don't have to sacrifice.
They're stocking
anybody.
up on center. So I don't understand Boston right now. You trade away a defenseman. There has to be some target that they have for something
Defense,
else.
yeah.
For
Who do you
defense.
have in the system? You got anybody that can come up?
Ian Mitchell, Michael.
Oh yeah, that's not. I mean, but listen, if you guys are okay, we're not making the playoffs. They might do that.
I bet you they're targeting a defenseman in the draft.
Let's see.
I would have to think so.
Could be.
That would have to be it. They're loading up on center. They just got Middlestat, Minton, and then if they actually acquire Lindell or Eetu Luostarinen, there you go. There's your centers. You figure out a center issue. But what else there, right? Because now you have a hole on defense, and it's a big hole.
That's a hole, Carlo, and you don't replace. You don't bring anybody back. I agree with that.
Yeah, I think they're going to tank for that.
But you're okay with that, no? I mean, you're
okay
with.
I am.
Yeah.
More than okay now.
So it's just tough. I'm losing your captain. How long has he been there? I asked you that before.
Carlo?
2010?
No, Marchand.
09 you had him, right?
He's been on the team for, I believe, 16 years.
Yeah, that's tough. I hate the guy, but I mean, for you, that's a kick in the gut.
Yeah, you can hate the guy all you want. He's still my captain.
Yeah, no, I get that. Like, I still feel like that with Koivu.
How long has he been? Drafted in 2006 by Boston, 71st overall.
Yep. Unfortunately, it's hard to keep. This happens all too often with guys like Marchand. Been a long time with a team, well loved, but at some point you got to move them. It's so rare now to see guys that stick their whole careers with one team. In my day, it was not rare at all. In my day.
No, you have. Well, we have
loyalty. Yeah, Fraser Minton has officially been confirmed. So that's. I think you got a first too. It sounds like.
When?
So it would have to be the 27.
Oh, cool.
No, sorry, no, we got 27. It would have to be 26.
Yeah.
Good. That's a good one to get.
Yeah.
26 is going to be a good draft.
Trades involved too. What the hell is going on?
What's that?
They said there's multiple trades involved with this. With the Florida one.
Yeah, I don't know.
With Marshall?
Yeah.
I'm surprised nothing else has been announced.
Yeah, it's got to be a money thing.
It's got to be money related for sure.
No, but other teams, other trades, like nothing else since 3.
I guess then it seems like that's pretty much.
I bet you it's March. It could be Marchand to Florida, but not from Boston.
Yeah, probably like a 3-team
so
trade.
Boston could have traded
him somewhere else, and then somewhere else.
It could have been a multi.
Florida. Makes sense. Let's see.
William,
that's actually fine. So there also
season.
has to be a multi-team.
Don't rush your life.
All I'm saying is, too, there has to be something else in with regards to the Toronto trade. So it's
Raquel officially stayed put in Pittsburgh.
I didn't even realize my cam was off. Sorry, guys. Sorry for depriving you of this beautiful face.
There was no deprivation. Don't worry about it.
Not. All right. So listen, while we're in slow time a little bit, anybody out in the chat there, you got any questions? You want to comment on any of these trades? Good time.
I didn't
While
look
we
at the
wait,
comments, to
because
be
we're here
honest.
for another 20 minutes for sure. At 4 o'clock, we'll see what's going on. If we've heard everything or not. If we haven't, we might wait longer. But if it's quiet at 4, I'm pretty done. It's too bad. I'm a little disappointed in the Habs. At the same time, I'm not, but I'm still a little bit.
I think the Habs know the real target is probably starting next year because it's too much of a cluster this year.
Oh, William, I don't think there's much doubt. Demidov is going to be second line winger next year. Will he eventually move up to first line? Sure, but I think next year, for I don't know how long, maybe not the whole season, but he's going to start, in my opinion, on the second line.
Or maybe third, and they'll just ease him up to the second by
That's
midway
a
point.
possibility too, but he's not going to be a first line to start off. I'm quite sure. I mean, unless he has like a wicked camp where he's just lights out.
Wait a minute. They really did move Shea Weber's contract?
Yeah,
I wasn't joking. Yeah, they moved it.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
Wild. I wasn't sure if that was a real thing or not.
They needed to get to the ceiling, probably.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah, Chicago probably needs it for next year, and Utah is going to be a player.
Why can't we do that with Ryan Ellis?
Too much
How much
term.
money
There's
does he
too much
make?
term left on Ryan Ellis.
How much terms left on Shea Weber?
One more year next. That's it.
Oh, okay. And then I think Ellis is what, 2 more after this year?
I think so.
Yeah, that's probably why, that extra year. Maybe next year you could do it.
William, there's potential for that, but I don't think it happens next year. Or at least not to start off. Hey, Joe, welcome back. What time is it there now? Joe's in Australia.
Oh, fuck. That's true.
It's time for Cam to start drinking.
I'm waiting for something that we need some entertainment right now while we wait.
I'm in depression mode.
I'm gonna say that Florida's kind of a big winner in this trade deadline.
Pens are acquiring Connor Timmins from Toronto.
That's what it's going to be. They're going to start getting, they're loosening up assets right now.
Well, we're all going to have good shows this week.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the two of us are. I don't know if Montreal's had much to talk about this week, but
No. Well, I mean, still in the absence of a move, there's still stuff to talk about.
But your Bruins, you probably got about a 2.5 hour episode coming up.
Yeah.
No, we could do this in a clean 40.
No. Listen, you got to reintroduce the team. It's a brand new fucking team.
I don't want to introduce shit.
Hey, everybody, look at your new Boston Bruins.
We suck.
In the eyes of an angel.
Shut up.
Oh, shit, you got bad weather over there. I hope everything's okay for you there, Joe.
Windy.
I'm sad and depressed.
Well, I mean, you knew this possibility. Oh, let me ask you, Carlo, total surprise that he got moved, or you were kind of expecting maybe?
Yeah. Like,
Well,
what are we doing?
Yeah, I kind of thought so too. It's like, Carlo?
You're
Like,
building your team around 3 guys: Pasternak, McAvoy, and Swayman.
That sounds like a rebuild to me.
Pasternak, McAvoy, and shit.
Welcome to the rebuild, buddy.
Joe, I hope everything's good for your family through that. Thoughts are with you.
A lot of people are saying the Bruins won this trade with Minton being part of it.
Oh, yeah, likely. It's just, I'm sad.
I think Sweeney had a good deadline. Determining what this Martian trade is.
Already, Ottawa traded with the Sharks. Did Ottawa trade with the Sharks?
Yeah, they got Zetterlund out of San Jose.
Oh, yeah. You're really behind, William. Sorry. I don't know. You're really, really behind. We did that one probably a half hour ago.
I'm really, really sad. Does anyone care about me? Nope.
We need the Titanic theme.
Crickets. You hear that? Crickets. I heard crickets.
I'm on my Xbox right now, trading away Brad Marchand.
Hold on, I gotta
Are you doing that seriously?
Yeah. Come on, it's funny.
You gotta wash that guy right out of your Xbox.
Like the Oilers just announced that they're gonna Evander Kane is gonna be on LTIR for the rest of the season, but at the same time did nothing with his money.
They don't have anything. Have you looked at what they have? They don't have any. They literally can't. They can't even give future considerations. That's how much they don't have.
Well,
They don't even have future considerations.
they must have something. Don't they have their first round pick? No, next year. No, not even 27. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, you want to talk about win now mode? Those guys, like those guys.
Oh man. Yeah, sure. They really have nothing to give up. Oh, Sam
Joe, it's
O'Reilly
weird, eh?
they drafted last year, I guess.
Even though we're not Bruins fans, it's weird. So you can imagine what Cam's going through. If we're like, wow, Marchand's a Panther, that's just, yeah, you can imagine what Cam's going through.
Dude, it's depressing.
Take your meds, man. Take your meds.
No. Depression's too high for this. This is crazy. All right, what's the final deal, LeBron and
William RDS is not. It's mine too on Sportsnet is behind. They're on like Twitter and stuff. You get faster info there. So that's all. JFed says McKenzie saying a first and Minton to Boston. If McKenzie's saying that, that's probably what you got right there.
That's huge for yeah. I wouldn't say it's a rebuild, but it's going to be it's going to be 2 years. It's a 2-year retool. Is what I'm thinking right now.
Next year and the year after.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And at that point, Pasternak is 30, still in his prime. Lindholm's 32. All the other guys are still about 30. Yeah, you got experience, but it's big risk. Big risk.
Oh, that Bruins team is going to be an interesting lineup going out there tomorrow night.
What do you mean? It's going to be the Providence Bruins.
All right, here's the full trade for Carlo. Brandon Carlo going to the Leafs. Toronto first-round pick and Fraser Minton going to the Bruins. Connor Timmins and Connor Dewar going to the Penguins. Believe there is retention involved as well. So you got a first and Minton. You guys, that's a pretty good deal.
That's decent. Yeah. That's actually pretty good for Carlo.
Yeah, I think that's another win for Sweeney.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Toronto gave up Connor Dewar in this three-way.
The Sabres are acquiring Eric Brandstrom from the Rangers for Nicholas Obey-Kubel.
Knack.
What a big nothing burger that is.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Yeah, I saw that before. I just didn't even bother mentioning it.
But Dewar's not a bad. That's a decent prospect there.
Now,
Dewar.
which
Like
first
Minton.
are the Bruins get it? Oh, it's Toronto's first. Okay, so it's got to be Toronto's 2026 first then.
Yeah, I would assume because they gave us 27.
Wow, that's a win for the Bruins. Yes, 2026 is a good draft.
Yeah,
so that means Toronto doesn't have a first this year, next year, or in 2027.
So in other words, nothing's changed in Toronto, really.
Oh boy, they better. And they got desperate and added Carlo and Lawton as their guys.
But at least Carlo has term though, so it's like they didn't give away another first just for a rental. So, like they did add guys with term, so at least they'll get a couple.
I'll say don't undercut Carlo. He's a good defenseman. Good shutdown.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. That's why, like, if you got to give up a first and a decent prospect, at least you're getting a good defenseman with term. So at least you got him for at least like 3 runs.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, you know what? Because look, man, the Atlantic right now is looking
loaded.
heavy. Like now you're gonna have Toronto, Florida, and Tampa Bay, and you know
Look-
one of these three is gonna be out in the first round. That's
Yeah, no
nuts.
shit, right?
That is nuts.
So we got 5 teams we can say are making the playoffs. Washington, Carolina, and the 3 you just mentioned, even if
Yeah.
I think Carolina's gotten weaker.
Mm.
And then after that, it's a good luck, everyone.
Yeah, I don't think. I think that you know what? I think Carolina must have seen what was going on in Toronto and Florida, Tampa, and they said, you know what? It's probably not going to be our year. Let's just like, oh, let's just keep these picks and go into the off season.
It's Toronto, dude. Are you kidding? Like, they're gonna blow it in Game 7.
I don't know.
And you wanna know how it's gonna happen?
Here,
Do you wanna know how it's gonna happen?
Toronto team.
Yes, we do.
Carlo's gonna break his stick, making a pass going across Joseph Wall, and Braden Point's gonna pick it up and snipe it.
So the
In
updated
overtime.
Stanley Cup odds right now have the Dallas Stars as the favorite to win the whole thing now.
Makes sense.
Stars, Oilers, Panthers, Hurricanes, Capitals, 1 through 5 in that order.
Oilers
Oh,
are
yeah.
second.
Hurricanes are still up there.
Then after that, it's Jets, Vegas, Avalanche, Toronto, Tampa. That's 1 through 10.
I don't see it from the Oilers this year.
I don't either. I don't think they have the depth. I don't think their goaltending's all that good.
No. They didn't. That's it. They didn't address their depth. They didn't address their D. They didn't address their goaltending. Like, I'm sorry. Like as good as Draisaitl's playing this year, and as good as McDavid is, like, you can only carry a team so far. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Florida.
man.
Oh my god, that just looks so weird.
Carolina is just riding KK to the cup.
Another small tidbit of news: Evander Kane is ruled out for the rest of the year, including playoffs.
Not
Yeah, that's it. That's what I said before. Like, I don't understand, and they didn't do anything with his money. So
Yeah,
it's,
we'll return in a minute. I gotta go tinkle.
like, even just like, I think Edmonton still has at least their second round pick next year. Like, could have at least shot a second to somebody for a depth forward. Or, I don't know. Weird. No, but I like Colorado. I like so far Colorado and Dallas look like the teams to come out of the West. At least we'll see. And so far, nothing for Vegas, eh? Like they showed those. They said the high tweet, but nothing so far. So maybe that's it. Maybe that was just a troll.
Yeah, it looks like it was.
Oh,
Rick may have been right.
unless something comes last second, but seems like there's nothing rolling out now. So I think that's pretty much it for the trade wise, I guess.
Me back check, forecheck, and paycheck.
I like this guy already. Grabenkin? Listen,
Yeah.
I just heard the
Yeah,
clip you told me
forecheck,
about.
back check, paycheck. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about before. Like, and then he laughs. He's got like this.
Back check,
Forecheck
forecheck,
and
and
paycheck.
paycheck.
I like this dude. He kind of feels like another Kuzmenko, to be honest with you. At least
Yeah.
in terms of personality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why when they announced the trade, I saw he was the prospect that was coming. That's what got me excited, man. I was like,
Well, what did I just hear there? What were you playing?
That was the Flyers' new prospect that they picked up. It was a soundbite of him.
Oh, okay. Soundbite's fine. Got worried there.
yeah, because like I think before you hopped on, I was telling Rick, the guy. I remember listening to a pod around the time that clip came out, and the guys like Steve Dangle on his show, they were talking about him, and they love this guy. So
Which guy
I think
again?
we got a decent prospect.
Oh, okay. The guy you got? Yeah. Well, listen, like I said, it could be a really good trade if that guy works out. But till then, well, but a lot of trades are like that. You know, you got to give it a little time. You got to wait to see, you know, what the results are really.
But just the size, that's what you just fall in love with is his size, because especially on a team like ours where we're kind of small at wing,
Yeah.
just having him and his size, like that'll just be like, so that we don't have to go overpay for somebody in free agency.
Yeah,
If
no,
we
I
got a
get it.
kid like him that could grow with our team, that like brings you that edge, that size on the wing.
Yep.
So, and cost control, right? So there you go. Well,
No, as
we
we're
were
getting
thinking
down,
maybe Trent Frederick in the offseason, but who knows? We'll see.
I would love Frederick here. I think it'd be a good bottom 6 signing for us for sure.
we're getting down to the last 5 minutes. Although we still haven't heard the return.
I got to go at 4 anyway, unfortunately, but I'll stick for the last 5 to find out anything.
Well, yeah, I mean, me too. I wouldn't mind. We're gonna wrap it up in 5.
I just want to see what the return from Marchand is.
Oh, we'll see. We'll have to see it without seeing Cam's reaction. Cam, where the hell are you anyway? Crying? Oh.
They still haven't. When is Danny going to announce his presser? They still haven't done that yet, have they?
Not as far as I've seen.
No, but I mean, the Habs one's probably over already. Hughes' presser.
We haven't even had ours yet.
Don Sweeney will meet with the media today around 5 p.m.
Do you think he's fired after this year?
He's out buying a flak jacket or a Kevlar.
I don't see how you just don't completely rehaul the team and just yeah.
I think if he was gonna get fired, I don't think they would have given him the green light to make all these trades today.
Yo, I just noticed something. Giovanni Smith is the dude that Eric Johnson fought for fucking with Mitchkov earlier in the year.
Oh yes,
Back in November.
They got
in
traded
that Sharks game.
Yeah.
And Eric Johnson threw hands with him, and now they got traded. We got our new.
Thank you.
That's pretty good. That's an interesting 180. Now he's going to be protecting Michkov.
Yeah.
He's going to go up to Bombay. My bad. Boys.
Oh, man. Yeah. Today was
all
a
right.
good day.
Well, what was that? Doesn't look like much is going to be coming in.
Yeah, so
nothing new here on the board here. Okay, we'll have to wait to see what the return is for
we
Brad.
got another 4 minutes.
Daniel Sprung to New Jersey.
Well,
little one coming out right now. Well,
that's not a bad pickup.
No, depth forward, fourth liner.
Like, he doesn't know what.
No, he doesn't know how to play defense though.
I'm having technical issues. It seems he doesn't know what defense is, Sprung,
Nope.
but he's a goal scorer. Carolina is cocky, but keeps screwing themselves. KK was a bust for what they gave up. Rantanen was a dumpster fire since he arrived there. Exactly, he was. And and for Dallas, I'd be a little concerned that maybe their Rantanen was, who he was because of Colorado and the guys he played with over there. I'd be a little concerned for that.
Yeah, hey, look, they're taking a chance, and
they just gave him $13 million. We know that they weren't. So it's somewhere between 12 and 13 for sure.
Yeah, I saw 12 actually.
It's a lot of money.
Jeez, this wind is nuts.
12 times 8.
Windy like crazy here too, Alex.
Yeah.
It's probably why it's the whole thing went just spinning. I lost you guys, so I'm sure I froze up.
Let's see. I don't see anything else right now.
The Brandon Carlo trade is the first trade between Toronto and Boston since 2011.
Yeah, they don't trade very often. The same with Montreal. Don't trade with Toronto very often at all, or with Boston. Two biggest rivals. That's how she works.
So the Bruins traded away 4 roster players. That's a lot more than I thought Sweeney would have actually did. Frederick, Carlo, Coyle, actually Brazeau, so make 5.
Oh, wow.
Fabian Lysell is licking his chops right now.
If you guys don't play him now, you're never going to play him.
I know. I know.
Yeah, right. It's exactly right. Maybe now it's Lysel's time, and he's going to get a good shot.
It's my time to shine.
Yes. All right. Well, anyway, it's 4. So we're calling it, or we can go a half hour more, but that's it. But you got to leave anyway.
I got to depart regardless. But...
Yeah. So what do you guys say? You rest of us, what are we doing?
I don't mind staying for another half hour if you want to stay, Rick.
All right, gentlemen. Well, you have fun with the rest of the stream. Hopefully, we end up getting some new details on some of these trades soon. But I'll talk to you later, gentlemen.
Have a good one, Alex.
All right. Ciao. Alex.
And then let's go here. Yeah, I mean, I'll stick around a little longer, but I mean, it's really quiet. I don't know what else. We're just waiting for like details now. I think they're done with trades because nothing else has kind of been announced. So
nope,
they got to be done with trades. We're just waiting on details now.
You never know. Like maybe like a little small trade will pop out, just like now with the Daniel Sprung trade. Like that will come out of nowhere.
True, that one sort of popped out.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? I gotta say, this is a pretty exciting trade deadline, though. All in all, considering like some pretty big names moved.
After 3, what's 3 hit? It got exciting with all these moves that kind of meant something to someone in here, you know. So yeah,
this sucks.
It sucks, but at least it was.
It sucks for some of us.
It was very moving to watch what you were going through.
Well, yeah, you know what? We all got to go through it sometime.
Go get Brady Tkachuk.
Who?
Boston gets Brady Tkachuk?
I'll fucking cry. Imagine in the offseason, Ottawa's just like, yeah, you're right.
Hey, you're out of here. We don't want you.
Oh.
You can have him as far as I'm concerned.
Brady Tkachuk?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Well, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Here you go. No Ottawa, give him Tkachuk. Come on, just give it to him.
Yeah. Are you joking? I would, yeah. Please give him. Give me. That's like 0 problem, buddy. Him and Pasta on the same line would make me like lose it.
Yeah, no, this would probably do well there. Yeah,
that'd be freaking nuts.
You can have him though. I don't want him.
Fine, I'll take him. Give me.
I'll if he's available, I'm taking him too. Like, there's a bidding war here.
Like him and Brady.
I'm sure most teams would, really, right?
Yeah, he's a first line left wing on any team.
Yeah. Like I told you Rick before, like if he is actually available, there's going to be 31 teams lining up to be like, okay, what do you want?
30, because I don't know that Montreal's lining up.
Oh, Montreal would definitely.
You wouldn't line up.
Better not.
Stupid.
It better not.
That's stupid. Even his own brother's team would be lining up and just being like, "What do you want? Do you want your brother back for him? Like, we'll do something." Like,
you called me stupid. I'm not happy. I'm just gonna close my cam for a sec. I gotta eat something before staying another half hour, which I have here. I just don't like eating on camera.
That's fine. All we're gonna hear is
nope. I'll try not to do that.
And that's just him on Suzuki's pee-pee.
Hey, I'm not like Alex with Giroux. Come on.
Oh, shit. That was funny. I don't care what you say. Oh, wow. What a deadline. That really... That sucks. I don't know. What did we even do for Yoki Haru? I don't understand that. I don't. We have Nikita Zadorov and Yoki Haru. What the fuck did we do?
Yoki Haru's a defenseman, isn't he? You need somebody to replace Carlo. He's there to replace Carlo.
Yeah, I guess replace him for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And that's if it went through, because there was a maybe. Maybe it went through.
So, you mean the Carlo thing is still a maybe?
Yokoharu is a maybe.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think it was Drigger that's what reported. He goes, it might have gotten through, but he's not sure. But yeah.
You would think by now. I mean, they didn't announce a whole bunch of things and then the detail. Like, they didn't announce much more. You think we'd have the details by now?
I
there must be something that's complicating the Marchand thing.
Yeah, are they allowed
Sometimes,
to do that? Say we've got a deal in principle, but it's not fully done, and then work on it.
Yes.
No, well, I think it's more of like, especially if it's like a 3-team trade, they have to go over it, making sure that that the team has the money to take and this and that.
Nah,
So I
true.
think it's a little more complicated. So
Not true.
The draft lottery simulator just put Boston to get the first overall pick.
Wow, that's not a bad thing, dude.
that's good though.
We already got centers. We don't need this guy.
Matthew Schaefer, take the defenseman.
Oh, sure. Isn't he a left defenseman?
Yeah, I think he is a left. Yeah.
Oh, good. That's not doing me any good. Right
Wait,
defenseman
or
we
is he a
need.
right? No, I'm pretty sure he's a left. Matthew Schaefer.
I think Schaefer's a left.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm watching that Don Sweeney presser because I'm gonna be like, "You're a bag of shit. You're a big bag of shit."
Did they announce when the Boston presser is?
Oh, what was that? Yeah, 5:00. So it's meaning that, like I told you, it could be up to 2 hours.
No, but it's good. All the details are going to come out before the press conference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Matthew Schaefer is a lefty, just to clarify.
Yeah, so that doesn't do me any good.
Still good.
I mean, so fine. Like we service Yoki Haru until I want to blow my brains out.
So Matthew Schaefer is ready. You have Yoki Haru to take his place.
I
7-year extension for Yoki Haru. It's coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, at $8 million, and I'll just be like, I'll just bash my head off a desk.
It's not going to be 8, Cam. It'll be like 7.95, all right?
Yeah, just to piss me off. Instead of like Lindholm at 8x8, it's like 8x7.75, just to fuck with you a little bit, just to tease you a little bit, just to give you a little tickle, but not enough to get you off. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's just so stupid. Oh. I'm just curious what the return from Marchand is right now. That's what I'm wondering.
That is the question of the evening.
I wonder why it's taking so long for that.
For Marchand,
Yeah.
I bet I think there's other things in play here. I don't know if maybe it isn't Anton Lundell or Eetu Luostarinen. I have no freaking idea. If it's Aaron Ekblad, I might cream. But that's besides the point.
They put that out there an hour ago.
There's no way.
They put it out there an hour ago, and they don't have the details yet. That's weird.
I would actually go berserk if it was Aaron Ekblad, but he's not a second pairing defenseman.
Oh, I will. That was announced before.
I will lose my shit if it's Seth Jones, because then I'll just walk right off a cliff.
Oh God, you'd love that one.
You'll see me tying a noose. Like it's just no, like no. I'd have to imagine it's got to be Eetu or Anton Lundell.
Yeah, probably.
Lundell makes sense, really, kind of. Lundell does. I mean, you're saying Marchand, so it's a bigger return.
They just have too many centers. Like you have Barkov, Sam Bennett. That's your 1 and 2 C. Lundell is just a depth piece right now. And
no, Lundell is a face-off guy, I believe, and a PK guy.
That's why I don't think it's Lundell. I really doubt it, because I don't think they want to make such a big opening at their 3C position. That's why Luostarinen makes more sense. They're bringing in a winger, so maybe getting rid of another winger. But
yeah,
I think Luostarinen plays center.
He can play center. Yeah, but he's been playing wing on the Panthers though.
Yeah, so I don't think it actually hurts their depth at all if they get rid of Lundell.
Yeah, I guess if
because you're paying your third line center $5 million, right? And the way I see it is Lundell is actually a top 6 player. He's not a depth player. That's the way I see it. So it might be him, and I would do Marchand for Lundell and maybe a second or a third.
Yeah.
Hopefully
That's it. But it would all
hopefully they
depend
come
on
out
if
with
like the
details
Florida
soon.
Panthers want to re-sign Sam Bennett, because then like Lundell would just be the replacement for Bennett. Cool. I don't know.
Yeah, good point actually.
Who did I? Yeah, because Sam Bennett's gonna have a lot. I think he's gonna be a very sought after free agent this summer.
He's gonna cash in too. He's gonna
Yeah.
get like they're saying like 9-10 million.
No,
No,
dude,
that's
no, he's
nuts.
not.
You-
No, he's
no,
not. Like
that's
he'll
nuts.
I
seven.
saw
Like
that. I saw
way.
9 million.
no, 7 million. Like 7 million.
I would say top max 7 max. Even
Okay.
I think a good number is probably like 665, but
I'm just saying I read that. I'm not saying that's what he's gonna have.
665 and 1 cent.
Plenty.
And just
Not
a
in Canada,
singular
please,
penny.
not exist. Oh man.
Oh,
Like I could see
God,
like
it's
Sam
so
Bennett
bad.
like in Winnipeg or something. But we'll see.
Oh my God, this is just
Come on.
come on.
Give it to me. Give it to me.
Cam cannot rest until he finds out.
I want to know, dude. I would imagine if it's Lusterinen, it's got to be Lusterinen plus something else. Like I would imagine probably. God, what was I even looking at? I don't even know. Do they even have a right defensive prospect that they can give? I would imagine it would have to be a second round pick next year for if you're gonna have Lusterinen. Like
Yeah, it's gonna
he's
be
not nearly Lusterinen is not nearly enough for Marchand.
No, so yeah, I don't know. Very curious.
Yeah, I don't know.
When did the Bruins do their last rebuild? Have they ever rebuilt? I mean, this one we're in here in Montreal was the.
It would probably be after they sold Joe Thornton, I would imagine.
No, I don't think they rebuilt then.
They didn't have. I don't. Yeah, because 2010 they won the cup. Yeah, in 2011 they won the cup. So I mean, it probably started when Joe Thornton, because they probably had just got Bergeron. Yeah, because I think Thornton was traded in 06. And Bergeron was 05.
My recollection with Thornton was surprise. I don't remember them breaking the team down.
I don't know.
No.
Like
an actual full on tear it down to the studs. I couldn't tell you.
I don't think you guys have ever, because like I said, Montreal, the one where it's the first time ever in Montreal. So I imagine a lot of teams have never done a full rebuild. So no, they've never gone through it.
But this is just more than a retool. Like this is as strong as a retool as it gets.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because they still brought in players that are actual players that can actually like replace some of the guys that you guys lost. But we'll see.
The only two I'm looking at right now is Yogiaru and Middlestat.
Well, like Fraser Minton has played some games this year for Toronto, so they may be
no. But in terms of like roster player, like proven NHLers currently.
Oh yeah.
And sure, Lauko too as a third line guy, fourth line guy, because they're probably not going to bring back Cole Koepke. They've already said that. You know, they're not interested in their UFAs. So I'd imagine Lauko's going to the fourth line with Kostelik and Beecher. Fourth line needed some speed and grit.
Did they trade Lauko away, or he signed over there?
He traded away. He was traded away literally last summer.
He was traded. Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it was dumb. Yeah, it can't just be Lusterinen from Marchand. He's got 20 points this season. He's Lusterinen's a depth guy. I believe it's got to be Lundell.
Man, I really wonder why it's taking so long for these details.
Oh man, FanDuel still has Carolina has the fourth best odds to win the cup. That's a no. No.
Maybe not updated since the Rantanen trade.
But then if you think about it though, they got to go through the Metro. The Metro is not super strong, so crazier things have happened.
I don't know. Washington has surprised this year. Don't count them out.
Oh no, I actually really like Washington, but yeah, stranger things have happened. I was surprised actually. I was thinking like the Washington would address their 3C position, but I guess not. Nothing. They did nothing. Very surprised by that. Who else did it? Winnipeg didn't do anything, did they? Oh no, Tanev did it. Tanev.
So, yeah, a couple of things.
Yeah, but it was like a little more like fourth line depth.
Yeah, nothing big. Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess they're playing so well this year that you don't want to mess with the chemistry either. So, and honestly, once
there's
Brock
definitely
Nelson
that.
went, there was nobody really that they wouldn't have had to overpay for.
Yeah, Brandon Tanev. That's right. Yeah, and there was another one, wasn't there? Yeah, and
They got Luke Shen
no,
also.
It's the same.
Yeah,
Luke
But
Shen.
like-
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, depth pieces.
Yeah, but where they're at, that's what they got to do, right?
Yeah.
Some depth or fill small holes, and be ready for the playoffs.
I just thought they'd address their 2C position a little more because I think they have Nemestikov now playing 2C or Laurie, depending the way who.
Oh yeah, right.
And they're not like both of those guys clearly are not like legit 2C. So
Well,
we'll
maybe
see.
that's what brings them down in the playoffs. They didn't address that.
Who else? Who else did nothing?
Or they feel they have a solution and they don't need to go out and get anybody.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Oh, they could always move, I guess, because Cole Perfetti right now is playing the wing, and he was drafted as a center, so they could always just move him to center. But I
True.
guess they don't like him there for some reason. So
BL Habs did nothing. Yeah. I imagine.
Which isn't saying much. They've been doing nothing for the past decade. So there you go.
Yeah, get used to it. Your team's about to do that. BL. It should be on YouTube by now. Hughes' press conference was at 3:15. It should be on. He'll explain everything. I imagine there. I didn't see it yet.
I just realized this on March 11th. The Bruins are playing the Florida Panthers.
yeah,
Oh, that should be an interesting game. Oh my God, that's going to be tough. In Boston or in Florida?
I think it's in Florida.
Be
Oh,
easier
okay.
for you.
No, because Marchand's week to week.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
but-
He hurt. So yeah,
Yeah.
he might not even be there.
From what I remember hearing, like last week, they said it's the first week, but I don't think he's going to be out for a ton of weeks.
No, he'll be ready to play a couple games. I think.
Yeah.
with Florida, it doesn't matter. They're going to stick him on a line with probably Bennett, and then because they've already played together, I believe in for Team Canada, so
Mhm.
it'll be fine.
BL, by the way, not fire Kent Hughes, but if you watched my video yesterday I put out, I basically said they're not going to do anything. And they didn't. No.
Fire Kent Hughes?
Yeah. Ridiculous.
No, let's not. Let's not.
Panthers only care if Marchand suits up for game one. No, I would think they 20 games or so to go, whatever they have. They want him to play.
Yeah, you want to get at least a few games in before.
Yeah. But I just remember hearing that he wasn't going to be out like for a long time. I mean, I could be wrong too. I don't know, but that's what I remember. Well, getting close to fourth. I'm really surprised. Like nothing newer has come up.
Yeah, it's probably one of those things that it's like all the terms will be announced at like 7:00 at night.
I guess they can go pretty late if they're. I guess it's because they allow them to keep negotiating. But I mean, what if? I guess if they don't actually finish the deal, then they just don't announce it. I guess.
But like I said, I think you have to submit to the league, the proposed deal I think usually, like I said, a lot of time what the hang up is, especially if there's a third team involved, it's to make sure that all the money works and all the players, if there's no trades or whatever clauses, they got to make sure. So some of these deals are a little bit more complicated and they only get announced a little bit later because they're not 100% sure on the parameters of the deal.
Yeah, no, I know that, man.
That's what I'm assuming is what the holdup is.
Oh. Aiken, if we lose Armia and Devo for nothing, like seriously, like is it really gonna move the needle for them the wrong way? It's not. And also, they could sign them again. They could still sign them.
Yeah, you could always re-sign them later in the offseason.
That's what they don't have to lose them.
I am sad.
Oilers did not get a goalie, but they said they weren't looking for one.
Yeah.
No, they did. They said they didn't feel that there was a goalie out there to get that was better than Skinner.
Well,
they might have a point on that. I'm actually gonna say, like, right now, Skinner played a good playoffs last year. Like,
okay, but what about Pickard? Get one better goalie than your backup. No?
Okay, but what are you willing to pay for? They don't have any money.
Okay, true.
And who's even available? You know, like Peter Mrazek? Was that your target?
That's what's out there, right? That's so yeah.
We traded away Viliuso, got Peter Mrazek. Yeah, that's not an upgrade.
But it's what happened.
I'll never stop being funny.
I still can't believe they did that. They're like, we have a problem at goalie. Yes, we do. What are we going to do to fix it? Get Peter Mrazek.
Bring him home, baby. Bring him home.
Get a worse unstable goalie. Yeah.
Well, in Mrazek's defense, he has played a little better in Chicago than he did previously.
He can play.
Okay, good. But so then he went to a team from a team who was having defensive struggles. And everything struggle. I'm sorry, offensive and defensive struggles, just to a team that now just has defensive struggles.
Yeah.
He can play well. He's a good goalie at times, but no consistency.
Detroit is taking the Toronto Maple Leafs mentality and just being, all right, guys, we just need to outscore the ever living fuck out of everybody. So
the original,
if they score 10, we just got to score like 11, maybe 12, because Mrazek's going to at least let up 11 in the final 5 seconds. So
that was the Edmonton Oilers thing. We'll score more. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, except for Edmonton, it works out because, they have the greatest player in the world right now.
I don't want to talk about him, okay?
So, what? You don't want to talk about McDavid?
No, but I'm going back farther than McDavid. What are you even talking about? Edmonton Oilers back in, the 80s, they didn't even know what defense was. And
hold on.
But that's what the goalie was defense, just the goalie because the defensemen were sucky, but they would just outscore the other team.
Think about it this way.
They get 9.
How fucked up is this? Edmonton is likely going to be the only team that has had 2 highly and extremely generational talent players in the form of Gretzky and McDavid. Think about that.
How unlikely is it?
Mm-hmm.
No, it's likely.
No, McDavid how unlikely is that for one team to have that? Is that what you were asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
that's crazy. I'm not saying McDavid is going to break Gretzky's records or anything of that nature, but he might be one of the very few that could at least try and sniff it.
Yeah.
McDavid, I think, has already passed 1,000 career points halfway through his career. So, if he goes to, age 40, he could realistically sniff Gretzky's record if he remains pace. I doubt it though, because once his speed goes, I don't think he has the muscle. That's the problem. You'll see him slow down, but just think about it. He's still
do what they did for Gretzky and get a Semenko.
I think he'll beat Crosby. I think he'll beat out Crosby's points.
And you mentioned Crosby, so that's the only other team, right? Pittsburgh had Lemieux. and
Lemieux and then
Crosby.
Crosby.
There's two.
I'll give them Lemieux. I'll give that, but I don't think no, you're right. Lemieux and Crosby. Yeah. Boston had Bobby Orr. I think that's really it.
Well, you could say Montreal had a few players that would qualify there. So
what of like game-changing players? I'll give you guys.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys Guy Lafleur. Probably Pat LaFontaine. I don't know, but
we don't have Pat LaFontaine. Doug Harvey changed the game
sorry.
for defensemen. So we got Doug Harvey. You got Jean Beliveau, the Rocket. These are all could qualify as those kind of players.
I think those are all from the same era, though, aren't they? I wouldn't.
Well, yeah, okay. If you're talking,
no, you can't. I'm not saying no. You can't do that if they're from the same era and they play on the same team.
Okay, but you can't use Bobby Orr. But then you can't use Bobby Orr if you're talking about that's a different era. So I was thinking more of the modern era when I said Pittsburgh.
Well, you could always say like Bobby Orr to Ray Bourque, in a way. There was a bit of a gap, but like we're talking about like legit Hall of Fame defensemen, like best in the games. Boston did.
We're talking generational. Guys that changed the game a little bit. Doug Harvey definitely classifies that way. But if you don't want to go back that far, whatever, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Because I think at that point you're giving way too much credit to Montreal in an era where hockey was vastly expanding. So I would say from a point of time where you could argue that the NHL was well and established with a certain skill set, and then go from there.
Okay, I just don't I don't understand the term. I'm giving too much credit to Montreal. I don't understand what that means.
Because the game at that up to a certain point, the game
sarcasm. Do you know sarcasm?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, don't
explain it to me. I was being an asshole. I see no arguments there.
It's looking like this trade is only going to be announced later.
Nobody's going to argue that I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Wouldn't shock me if the NHL gave the Penguins McKenna the first. I mean, when you say it like that, they don't. You got to win at the draft lottery. So are you saying that you think the draft lottery could be rigged? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's like the prevailing sentiment right now is that they're gonna rig it for Pittsburgh next year.
I've heard it before, but I mean, I don't see that.
Oh, when it was Buffalo or Buffalo or Edmonton that could have gotten McDavid, there's no question. I thought that year absolutely was rigged for Edmonton. There was by far Buffalo was the worst team, not even close. And yeah, I had lost a lot of faith that it wasn't rigged, man. Like Buffalo should have realistically had McDavid. It's nuts.
Well, I mean, you could say, do you think it was rigged when Pittsburgh got Crosby? Because a lot of people said that.
A lot of people think it was.
Yeah, a lot of people. I don't. Because the way they do it, I mean, the company that oversees it, I mean, their reputation would be shot, and they do this for a lot of things like that, and sports. I don't think it's compromised.
But back then in was it 06? Yeah, 06.
05.
05, sorry, in 05.
05? Yeah, 2005.
Yeah, because it was right after the lockout. So 2000, 05, 06 would have been the next season. So yeah. The 2005 draft. I don't know. Was there a company or was it all the NHL just doing it themselves at that point?
No, they have some like notary company, something like that. They've got a good reputation. And they've been doing it for years. I don't think it's rigged. As much as, sure, at the time, I hated that they got the first, and I kind of was thinking maybe it is. I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. I don't think so.
We'll see.
Crosby draft was in the middle of a lockout or just after the lockout?
It was the summer. It was the draft right at the end of the lockout.
Right at the end of the lockout.
Yeah, because they had
Bedard to Chicago immediately after Kane left. Yeah, but I'll tell you something that a lot of people I think today don't realize.
Oh, well, Chicago was the worst team that year.
Coincidences like that do happen.
Didn't they finish third that
happen.
year? Weren't they the third worst the year they got Bedard and they won the lottery?
Yeah, but that could happen. I don't think that's something like, if Chicago was 10th and won it, I would go, well, maybe that. But where they were, no, come on. Because then it would be like, okay, Montreal got slapped because they rigged it.
They didn't want to
give Montreal a great draft.
If you're in the top three, you cannot fall out of the top three. You can only fall up in the top three.
If you're in the top three,
you can only get 1, 2, or 3.
You can only drop back 1, I think. No, you could drop back 2.
You could drop 2, no?
Yeah, you can drop back 2. No matter where you are, you can drop back 2 because there's 2 rounds.
Because there's 2.
If by chance that the picks come from behind everybody, everybody's dropping back. The only time you don't drop back is if the guys ahead of you get them.
Yeah. Well.
Man, I guess it's 4:30. What are we gonna do? There's no announcement.
Yeah, I think we just.
I'll show you an announcement, buddy.
I think this, like I said, this is gonna be announced later, tonight.
Hang on one sec. Listen, I don't think the draft is as anyway. On that note, on a conspiracy note, we're gonna take off. We'll find out the rest of these trades and what the TBD part is going to be a little later. Nothing we can do. We've been on 3 hours. So, all right. Thanks everybody for being here. Thanks to my co-host, and Alex was here before. Can't thank Eric enough for being here in the morning with me the whole time and in the afternoon. I really appreciate that. Canadians, man, can count on.
Right.
Oh, and by the way, Hybrid Nation will be officially changing their name. We are now going to support the New Orleans Pelicans. So flock, yeah.
That's a good one.
That's in support of my vice captain, Daddy Matty V, who could unfortunately not be here today. Shout out to you, buddy.
Yeah,
we got one hell of an episode Sunday.
That's a good one, though. I like that. All right, so we're going to take off. Thanks, everybody, for being here and sharing the few hours with us. We appreciate it. You can leave comments. Don't forget. If you're new here, hit that subscribe. I didn't say that well. Subscribe button. We really appreciate that. Give it a thumbs up. And, so this joint, that no pun intended, collaboration between Talking Habs Media and Don't Puck with Media is coming to an end. Till the next time we see you, stay safe out there. Peace out, everybody. And we really appreciate you. So have a good rest of the day.
Fuck
All right. Ciao, everybody.
Ciao.